From KJFM Louisiana Bowling Green, this is Eagle 102, broadcasting 24/7, 365. KJFM Radio, Eagle 102. Area high school basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Welcome to night number 3 of the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. Jim Ross, Marianne Everhart here with you this evening.
We've got Mark Froenick and Ethan Everhart in the other gym this evening with the coverage as well.
You got Ethan out of bed for this?
Well, you know, he actually made the trip from Fulton down here just to enjoy the tournament.
I'll be darned. It's girls' night, semifinal night. We'll have the championship side of the bracket over here in the high school gym, and Mark and Ethan will have the consolation side with game breaks. Marianne will have, and I will have both games live. That's right.
That is correct. Actually, what we have on our stream, if you are watching us on kjfmradio.com, we actually have the middle school gym video feed also on ours, so you can keep up to date with the scores that way.
Well, aren't you all fancy?
We're trying to get there, fancy-like.
Well, let's talk about this game, and we'll do that as we start the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Remax Realty Shop Alicia Koenig, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, Marianne, both of these teams obviously had wins on Monday night.
They did, and really, of course, Elsberry came away while Louisiana gave them a little bit of run for their money in the first half of the ball game on Monday night. Elsberry ended up pulling away and getting that win by the score of 35-18. Van Far, on the other hand, came out, took advantage of early scoring opportunities, and never looked back. They never lost the lead. It was all Van Far from the get-go as they defeated North Callaway 40-21.
So we have a Elsberry. I was looking at last year if it was the same thing. No, Silex was in the other semifinal last year. So it's been a chalk bracket so far on the girls' side. The seeded teams, higher seeded teams won and have advanced on, and so this game actually is going to be quite intriguing. Elsberry won the Clopton tournament,
right,
beating Clopton rather handily as it turned out. But they played Van Far a couple of weeks ago
on January the 10th,
and Van Far won that game.
And by 10. It wasn't just a close matchup with a couple points here and there. It was a double-figure win as Van Far picked up the win 54-43. And to be honest with you, I didn't see the Van Far game on Monday night. Mark Froenick had that call, and his comment to me after the game was, if the other teams in this bracket aren't careful, Van Far could walk away with the championship.
He told me that last night as well. So, and we're very well aware of them. We've seen them a couple times this year. Devin Keller, Haley Basket, they're players that go to the bucket. Then they've got Mara Jensen, the big girl inside, and they got Carmen Wilburn to do things around on the outside. Whereas Elsberry, they like to control tempo, play tough defense. That's Kerry Koch-Dow's MO, and that's what they've done to everybody so far this year. And so we'll see if they can do that to Van Far tonight. And, of course, you know, they know each other well, having just played, so there aren't any secrets tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, on Monday night, one of the things that kind of sort of shocked me, and I don't know why it shocked me, mainly just because I'm over Clopton Invitational, we didn't see a lot of threes drop from her, but Maya Plaster was the big scorer for the Elsberry Lady Indians, and it wasn't from inside, it was from behind the arc. And I hadn't seen a lot of that in the games that I had gotten to witness. So, and such a young player to come out and put up those numbers and really took control of the game. And I think she's going to have to be key in that again tonight if they expect to get a win over Van Far.
And she's just a freshman.
Van
Far young as well. They'll have a couple of seniors in Keller and Basket that will play a lot, but everybody else, they're obviously underclassmen. Elsberry has Kelsey Plaster and Peyton Robinson as seniors, along with Abby Jenkins. So they're a little bit more of an experienced team, and so we'll see if they can make it to the championship game again this year, as they played Clopton last year in the championship game of the Bowling Green Invitational. We'll see if they can make it that far this year. Let's take a break. We'll be back to keys to this ball game right after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by West End Financial Services, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and True Manufacturing.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM, sponsored by Vicki Cadwalader Real Estate in Louisiana.
Well, Marianne, I'll let you speak to the keys of this game as you've seen Elsberry recently.
Well, I really think one of the things that Louisiana was able to take advantage of on Monday night was those second chance opportunities. Louisiana's been very scrappy, especially underneath the basket. Emily Powell comes in there and really does that, and actually was getting some success when trying to block out Peyton Robinson and a couple of the others. So really, I think for Elsberry tonight, they're going to have to get in. They're going to have to get in that paint. They're going to have to do some blocking out and not just rely on that first shot opportunity. We've talked about it in girls basketball. I don't know for how long about not giving up once the play. The play's not over until it goes through the hoop.
Right, and they'll have to deal with the taller Mara Jensen, who's about 6 foot tall. She will be the biggest player on the floor, and of course for Van Far, as I said, they're going to play aggressively,
they are.
And they're going to go to the hole with Keller and Basket, and then Jensen, if she can get the ball down on the block, she's hard to stop from there, and so Elsberry will want to try and keep her out of there. Elsberry normally plays a zone, so I would expect to see them probably do that again tonight. And
I don't know what Van Far has played. We talked a couple times with Mark about it, and I didn't really ask. And I think you're almost probably going to have to play a zone on Elsberry as well. But that's just my guess. Coach Heather Minter has kept me on my toes for I don't know how long when she was first at Bowling Green, now at Van Far, so I don't even want to guess.
We'll see what she's got drawn up.
Before we go to our next break, I want to throw out a couple congratulations for Elsberry. Kelsey Plaster has committed to play softball at St. Charles Community College. That announcement was recently made. And then Our friend Adam Falloon from over at Montgomery County, the athletic director, was selected as one of the Final Four officials for this year. So
boy, they're hurting for officials.
Well,
over in Columbia, aren't
they were. If you have to go to Falloon, I mean, you might as well pick up somebody like Kerry Nichols.
Congratulations, Adam. That's quite an honor, and I got to do it a couple times, and so he will have a blast, and we'll have stories to tell.
Absolutely.
So congratulations to both of them, actually.
Absolutely. So we're going to come back with our starting lineups and opening tip next as you're listening to the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Young Enterprises Incorporated, B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting, and Billy Collins Construction.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible and will grow either tax deferred or tax free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, we'll start with the home team on the scoreboard tonight. That'll be the Elsberry Lady Indians. They're starting a 5'9" senior wearing number 4, Peyton Robinson. A 5'6" senior wearing number 14, Abby Jenkins. A 5'6" junior wearing number 15, Mackenzie Gladney. A 5'9" senior wearing number 20, Kelsey Plaster. And a 5'8" freshman wearing number 25, Maya Plaster. For the visitors on the scoreboard this evening, the Van Far Lady Indians, they are starting a sophomore wearing number 2, Carmen Wilburn. A senior wearing number 10, Devin Keller. Well, I tell you what, we're going to step away real quick for the national anthem. We'll come back, finish it up next as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Trophy Properties and Auction, Joe Ogden Agent, Louisiana Flowers and Gifts, and LaCrosse Lumber in Louisiana.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing MercBK Mobile. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, home health and hospice in all parts.
All right, well, let's try finishing that again here. We'll start with the lineups for the Van Far Indians and their road black jerseys. Golden numbers, I believe, with white trims. They're starting sophomore wearing number 2, Carmen Wilburn. A senior wearing number 10, Devin Keller. A freshman wearing number 12, Delana Gay. A senior wearing number 21, Haley Basket. and a junior wearing number 31, Mara Jensen. So it'll be Wilburn, Keller, Gay, Basket, and Jensen for the Van Far Lady Indians, who come into tonight's contest with a 6-9 record. As we mentioned, for the Elsberry Lady Indians in their home white jerseys with red numbers and black trim, coming in 11-6 on the season, we have Robinson, Jenkins, Gladney, Plaster, and Plaster. So there you go, Jim Ross.
Yeah, and we're ready to go. The public address announcer finishing things off. If you haven't been here to Bowling Green High School, they got a brand new floor, and it is a dandy.
Yeah, in both gyms.
Yes. It's a lot of schools around have new floors now, so if you haven't been there for a while, you might want to go check them out. This thing looks nice.
Well,
really nice.
I want to remind you the Louisiana North Callaway game and the Bowling Green Winfield games are being streamed in their entirety right now at kjfmradio.com. Of course, if you're watching this one online, you will see that we have that game on our scoreboard as well. So we can keep passing along some updates there during the national anthem in the old gym as we speak. So that game will be getting underway here very quickly.
Of course, you can get it on your phone, and you can get it on Alexa, and the old-fashioned way, 102.1
just
FM.
turn on the radio.
Yeah. That's kind of the way I like to operate.
You and me both.
Officiating crews out of Columbia tonight for these two semifinal games. Robinson will jump center against Gay. Elsberry will move from our right to our left on your radio dial. And we're about ready to go. Paul Corpening will throw it up. Maybe.
I was going to say, I think he was waiting for retirement there for a
little
minute.
delay there, and Elsberry controls the opening tip. Maya Plaster, she runs the point for Elsberry.
And see, right out the gates, Mentor made a liar out of me as it's a man-to-man defense for the Lady Indians. Oh, I guess Van Far.
Yeah, that too. Indians and Indians, just like we had last night. These two boys teams met last night. It was a doozy overtime game that Elsberry came out on top on. His pass is deflected by Wilburn out of bounds. As we told you, Elsberry will control tempo. They're not going to get in any hurry to do much of anything. They average 38 points a game, and they're 11-6 on the season. So that ought to tell you something. They give up 35 a game. Nearly stolen. Robinson corrals it. She'll shoot the three. It's off the rim, no good. Rebounds batted out to basket. And Van Far will have their first possession with no score. Basket to the right wing to Keller. Keller back to basket. Elsberry in that zone that we expected. It's a 1-2-2. They'll sink Jenkins back in, or Gladney that is, in, and kind of make it a 3-2 and spread out on the wings to cover the shooters out there. And that makes things challenging for the defense. They get it inside to Jensen, and we have our first whistle of the night.
It didn't take long to pick up that first foul of the evening when it comes to Jensen. They're going to have to get in front of her and really get in position this evening, or Jensen's going to make it a long night for them.
Foul's going to go on Robinson. She's got to be careful. She has a tendency to get in foul trouble. And the inbounds pass, they just lob it over the top of Robinson to Jensen, and she scores off the backboard, so an easy bucket for her and the first lead of the night for the Indians of Van Far. Kelsey Plaster on the right wing now. Holds it on her hip, gets it to Maya, head of the key. She'll shoot the three. It's off the back iron, no good. Jensen with the rebound. We got another foul.
And that's Gladney going to pick up the foul now. I will say that it's not the exact same referee crew as it was Monday night, but there are some similar referees there, and you couldn't breathe on each other. So
really?
Yeah.
Man, they did a great job over at the middle school last night.
I heard you bragging about them.
Let them play some, and the players loved it. The games went up and down. They were competitive, and it was just a fun night of basketball. They get it into Jensen again, but this time it's deflected. It's going to go off of Robinson's fingertips after Plaster batted it away. And Van Far will have it in the near corner, almost on the baseline, but on the sideline, they lead 2-0. We've played a minute and a half in this game. They get it inbounds, no problem. Wilburn hands it back to Keller, and she'll reset things for Heather Minner. And they get it inside. Jensen can't convert. And Elsberry will control the rebound into the front court now. Plaster, she'll hit the brakes and reset it with 6:08 to play in the first quarter. On the dribble now. Maya looks inside to Robinson. Mid-paint, she kicks it out to Gladney. Or check that, it's Jenkins. I get those two mixed up. They look too much alike.
They do. The way I obviously can tell them apart is I went to school with Abby's mom, and she looks just like her in high school, so I never mistake that.
Robinson drives to the baseline, and she'll be fouled, and now we'll have our first free throws of the night. And, of course, the obvious thing is they wear a different number.
Well, yeah, but it's just one number
14
off.
and 15. Who'd they call that foul on? Looks
They
like
call it Haley Basket.
her first, team's first.
And Peyton Robinson's free throws up and good.
Rattles it home. She'll get a second. She's a 5'9" senior for the Indians, MVP of the Clopton tournament. She drains them both. And we're tied at 2. Full court pressure now by Elsberry. Jensen in the backcourt to help, gets it to Keller. She's got some space. Penetrates into the key area, down to the baseline. Shot partially blocked. Jensen with a rebound. Her putback's no good. And based on Robinson's reaction, it's going to be on her, and that'll be her second. And she's like, oh, my. She might not have said just that.
Yeah, I think it was Daniel Havlick last night in our first game, picked up 2 fouls in less than a minute.
So Robinson will go to the bench right off the jump here with 5:38 to play. In for her is Ella Barber. Jensen misses the first and makes the second. And it's a 3-2 lead for Van Far. 5:38 to play in the first. Maya Plaster into the front court, left elbow to Gladney. Back to Plaster, now far side to Kelsey. Kelsey hands it back to Maya. She'll dribble to the head of the key. Kicks it left wing now to Jenkins. Jenkins penetrates into the key, back to Plaster. Down the paint she goes, nothing doing there. As they work it around against this zone defense this time.
At least they finally went to the zone so I don't look completely dumb.
Ball inside, Gladney's shot's blocked by Jensen, who comes up with it, but Elsberry gets it back to Jenkins. She'll shoot it from 8 and scores.
And that's the first 2 points of the tournament for Abby Jenkins.
Little set shot from about 8 feet. And it's a 4-3 lead, the first lead of the night for Elsberry. Keller on the dribble now. Left corner to Wilmer. She'll shoot the 3. No good. Long rebound's batted down. Who's going to come away with it? Still loose, and Keller will pick it up out near the circles. Right corner to Basket. Her 15-footer's an air ball. Goes all the way to the other side. Tracked down by Wilburn. Back to Keller. Keller directs some traffic now and resets the offense with 4:30 to play here in the first. 4-3, Elsberry on top. In the far corner to Wilburn. She'll get it back to Basket. Lob inside to Jensen. She'll make the catch, makes some space, puts it up, won't go. And the rebound's off of Elsberry. Looks like Plaster. That would be Kelsey may have hit it last.
Well, Jensen was just a little too far underneath the basket. She tried to position herself better, but didn't get where she wanted and just took the quick attempt off the glass and didn't fall her way.
So Van Far will trigger it in right side of the paint on the baseline. They lob it in. Stolen. First turnover tonight by either club. Maya Plaster on the steal. She'll slow things down and set it up for Elsberry. To Kelsey. Her 3. It's an air ball from the right wing. Jensen with the rebound for Van Far. Off to Keller. She'll head the other direction. Crosses over at midcourt. In the corner of Wilburn. She's open for 3 again. She got it that time.
Boom.
Carmen Wilburn with the first 3 of the night by either club. And the lead is now 6-4 for Van Far. 3:50 to play in the first. Van Far drops back. Looks like they'll be in a man this time. Into the high post to Barber. Right wing to Maya. Maya gets it inside to Gladney. She's in trouble. Tries to get it down low. It's deflected. Gladney picks it right back up. Right wing now to Maya. She'll shoot the 3. It's off the back iron. No good. But a long rebound to Jenkins. She tracks it down at the volleyball line. 28-foot mark, if you will, for you old school folks that remember when there was a 28-foot mark. Right wing to Maya Plaster. She'll dribble to the right elbow. Gets it inside on the pick and roll. It's deflected and stolen away by Jensen. Back comes Van Far up quickly to Basket. Gives it back to Keller. Now to Basket between the circles. Right wing to Wilburn. Now Gay joins the fun as they work it around the horn. Basket and on the far corner, back to Keller. They lob it inside, and it's deflected, and we've got a whistle. And is that an offensive foul? Pushing foul, I believe it is.
That is what they're calling, and they're going to call it on Jensen.
Little forearm shiver to make a little space, and she's whistled for her second foul. So
somehow we both missed a first foul against her.
That's a fact. So 2 of the top players for each team, one for each side, on the bench now with 2 fouls in, Robinson and Jensen. Van Far still leads. Plaster, Maya, she'll shoot the 3. You said she hit a few the other night. She's cold so far, but the long rebound comes back. She tracks it down. Gets it off to Talbot. She'll drive left baseline. Anna, who checked in the game, it's no good. They try to throw it to her, but she's laying on the ground, and it goes out of bounds. Back to Van Far.
Well, I guess they felt that she's talented enough down there she can just do it herself.
She's an aggressive player. She'll go to the bucket with the ball. But not to no avail that time, actually. Back comes Van Far. Stolen away by Plaster. That's Maya. She'll head the other way. Can she get it to the glass? She does. Layup's up and good. Maya Plaster with the steal and the bucket. Her first 2 points of the night, and we're tied at 6. Down to 2:10 to play in the first. Basket right wing now, holds it above her head. Still in a 1-2-2 zone are the Indians of Elsberry. Gay now, back to basket. She gets it inside now. It's deflected, and Ing Hoffman, who checked in, gets it out to Keller, and her 16-footer's good just inside the three-point arc. Devin Keller's on the score sheet, and it leads back to 2 at 8-6. Pretty clean first half. 3 fouls to 2 in the team foul category. Elsberry with 3. In the Plaster, and she steps on the inline and is going to turn it over. They threw it to her. She was running the baseline. That was Kelsey. And the third turnover of the game will give it back to Van Far.
Oh, so Jensen checked back in the basketball game.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And that's having some faith in your players right there.
Well, you ought to be able to play with 2 fouls, shouldn't you?
You absolutely should.
I
mean, some of us just realized that you couldn't take fouls home with you, so we wanted to use them all up each night.
You had 4 when you came off the bench.
Pretty close.
3 ball on the way by basket, no good. Elsberry with the rebound. Shot was short, did hit the front of the rim, however. Kelsey into the front court to Maya. She'll drive right baseline, run her up off the glass, no good. Jensen with the rebound. Not a lot of shots going in the bucket so far for either team.
No, they're not.
Keller gets it back to basket. She'll drive right baseline, gets it to the block. Now she's in a double team, looks for some help. Gets it out to Gay. Left wing to Keller. She'll shoot the 3. Good.
Boom.
Devin Keller with 5. And the lead grows to 5. The biggest of the game for Van Far. Elsberry's not a team that has the tools to come back from a very deep deficit. So they need a bucket here to close this gap with under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Talbot on the left wing. She puts it on the floor, nowhere to go. Back to Plaster. That's Kelsey. Kelsey travels.
Turnovers are not Elsberry's friend here in the first.
Turnover number 4 up off the bench is Jillian Reller, as Maya Plaster will take a seat for Elsberry. 31 ticks to play in the first quarter. 11-6, Van Far on top. Let's see if they want to hold for one. We saw a bunch of holding for one last night. They throw it away. Not tonight. Elsberry with the steal. That's Gladney, heads the other way, stops, lobs it inside. Open is Barber. Her shot's no good, but there's a whistle and a foul. And Ella Barber will go to the line and shoot 2 shots.
And real quick, just an update from the other gym. Still in the first quarter right now, North Callaway leads Louisiana 8-0.
Delana Gay with the foul, her first. Barber, a 5'9" freshman. Fires, and it's good. Elsberry has a number of freshmen that get time this year.
Oh yeah, they're gonna return a nice core.
Yeah, they're gonna be loaded for bear. They'll lose 3 seniors though.
They will, but they look like they're gonna reload pretty quickly. They lose that experience, but they, like you mentioned, they have some freshmen with some really good playing time.
Off the back of the rim goes the second free throw as Plaster checked back in during that dead ball. And back comes Van Far with 9. Keller open from 3 again, a little deeper this time and way short. Needed to take a step in. Plaster with it with 3, with 2. Does she know how much time? She does. She'll let it go off the glass and no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter, and it was a good one. The Elsberry Indians, the number 1 seed, trail Van Far 11-7. We'll be back to the second quarter after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Night Owls Cafe, Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, and CarQuest.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service, but did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
11-7 our score. Van Far on top. Not a terrible surprise. We knew they were going to be in this game and could possibly win it.
Oh, absolutely.
They actually dominated play in that first quarter, and they'll have it to start the second. Let's take a look at the lineups. Looks like the original starters are in for Van Far, and we got a couple of subs. We'll get to them as we go here in this second quarter. For Elsberry, they can try and get it inside. It's swatted away, loose on the floor, and one of the subs, Katie Talbot, picks up the loose ball for Elsberry. Fourth turnover of the game for Van Far. To Plaster, left wing now to Reller, who's still in the game. Talbot on the right wing, drives right baseline. Her shot's up, no good. Rebounds loose, and Reller will come away with it. Back to Maya Plaster, check back in. They whip it around the horn down on the baseline to Barber. Check that. It's Chigola, and her pass is deflected out of bounds.
Where were you Monday night when I was trying to pronounce that?
Kelsey Chigola, C-H-A-G-O-L-L-A.
I was close, but it wasn't that close.
On the inbounds, they get it into Talbot, do the Indians of Elsberry. She'll drive the baseline, drops it to Chigola. Nice pass across court to Gladney, who was standing all alone, and she'll score the first bucket, her first bucket of the night, and it's 11-9. Van Far still on top. Keller ahead of the key, right wing now to Gay. Back to Keller to Beckett. Basket, I should say. Where'd I get Beckett? Thinking about baseball cards.
I guess so.
They continue to work it around against this zone. Far corner to basket now into Jensen. She reverse pivots, misses it wide open, gets her own rebound, and it's good.
But first you don't succeed, try again.
And we've got a timeout on the floor as Coach Heather Minner wants to talk about it. We'll step aside as well. Van Far 13, Elsberry 9. Listen to Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Eisenbath Auto and Supply, Remax Realty Shop Agent Kelly Crane, and the Cross Lumber Company in Vandalia.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Area High School Sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
13-9, Elsberry trails. They have the ball after the Van Far timeout. 6:40 to play in the first half. Right wing to Talbot, that's Katie. Stops, gets it to Chigola on the block, but it's swatted away, loose on the floor, and we've got a scrum half, and what'd they call? Minner's going to call a timeout.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll take another one as well. With 6:32 to go, Van Far leads Elsberry 13-9. You're listening to the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, PJ Salon, and Center Locker Service.
Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy, where the #1 priority is the customer and adding new services to help simplify your life and building a strong, high-performance financial services organization. Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy, your community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio, brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown's Smokehouse Meats.
Well, Heather Minner's burned her 30-second timeouts. That one on a loose ball, but they still have possession. That's how much they value possessions in what is expected to be a low-scoring game. Van Far out of the timeout, still working against the 1-2-2 zone. Gay left wing to basket. She'll drive baseline, pulls up in the short corner. It's no good from about 10. An air ball. Elsberry tracks it down. Talbot now off to Gladney. Right side to Plaster, gets it into the front court now. Back to Talbot. Down to 6 minutes to play in the half. Jenkins with it now. Right wing, they whip it around the horn, down to the short corner. Chigola into the paint to Gladney. Her shot's no good. Jensen with the rebound. She'll get it off to Keller, and they'll head the other way. Gay gets it head of the key to Keller. She'll penetrate in this time, finds a little room now in a triple team, kicks it out to Gay. She'll shoot it from 16, partially blocked. And Chigola picks up the loose ball rebound. 13-9 our score. Van Far on top. Inside to Chigola, short corner to Gladney, whips it inside to Plaster. Her shot's no good. The rebound's loose. And here comes another collision. And they're going to say it's out of bounds, and Amara Jensen is lucky she didn't pick up her third there.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, and even more, I'm beginning to wonder if Coach Matt Chance remembered to take the lids off the baskets tonight. We've seen an awful lot of shots go up, and very few are falling.
Yeah, each team scored 2 points in this second quarter. Wilburn says, I got an answer. No, she doesn't. Off the back of the ring from deep, and Elsberry with the rebound. Into the front court comes Maya. Left wing now to Jenkins. Head of the key to Talbot. She'll drive right down the boulevard, up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Jensen. Nothing's going in.
Well, Elsberry's going to have to work on some positioning there against Mara Jensen, especially on those rebounds inside.
Jensen in the post. Little turnaround from 10. No good. Off the mark as well. Here they come the other way. The Elsberry and his Plaster now. Maya to the head of the key. Gets it to the free throw line. Kicks it right wing. Talbot drives into the paint. Kicks it to goal in the right short corner. Head of the key to Plaster. Left wing now to Jenkins to Gladney. Gladney inside to Jagola in amongst the trees, and she traveled.
And it looks like Kelsey's going to return to the basketball game. Going to come in for Gladney. Nope, for Talbot. Katie.
Still 13-9. 4:25 to play in the half.
In the other gym, Louisiana got on the scoreboard, but North Callaway leads 13-2 in the second quarter.
Winner goes to the championship game on Friday night.
Consolation game?
I'm talking about this game.
This game,
This
sorry.
game, Friday night at 7:30.
That's right.
Yeah, consolation game will be at 4:30. Van Far still working around the horn. Keller has it. Left corner to Wilburn. Back to Keller. Keller, right side now to Basket. Gets it into Jensen. Her shot's off the mark again. So she's had tough luck from close in. That's usually where she's very good. Plaster with it in the front court now for Elsberry. Left wing to Kelsey. She'll shoot the three. Back of the ring, no good. Long rebound's going to go all the way out of bounds to the bench, right into the Silex players who wait to play the second game tonight in this gym.
And they're going to take on number 2 seed Clopton, where, again, this is another one where Clopton beat Silex in the Clopton Invitational Tournament, but then after that, Silex came to Clopton and beat Clopton there.
Clopton won by 1, Silex won by 2. So we expect another battle in that game as well. Into the front court come the Van Far Lady Indians. Keller, left wing to Wilburn. She gets in the high post to basket. Back to Keller from 3. It's an air ball, but it goes off of Barber's hands and out of bounds. Back to Van Far. 3:21 to play here in the half. Well, there's one thing good about it, Marianne. Your math challenge, you should be able to keep up with this.
I should be able to, but let's not get too far out there, Jim.
Wilburn deep 3 off the inbounds. It's no good, but an over-the-back rebound will go against Ing Hoffman, who checked into the game during that last dead ball. And we'll go the other direction, as that's just the 4th team foul. And Elsberry will get it back with 3:18 to play in the second quarter. Trailing by 4. 5, the biggest lead of the night for Van Far. Elsberry led by 1. That was early. In the near corner to Kelsey Plaster. Back to Jenkins. Right wing now to Maya. She'll split the defense. Drops it inside, but it's stolen away by Ing Hoffman. 6th turnover of the game on Elsberry. Keller into the front court now for Van Far. Right wing to Wilburn. They need to get the ball in the high post, and that will open this thing up a little bit. But nobody there. Now basket's going to come up in the high post. They continue to work it around the horn. Get it to basket. She kicks it right back out to Keller. Keller hands it off to Wilburn. Right wing to Gay. Down to 2:25 to play in the half. Keller now looks to the bench, takes some instructions. She'll go out near the center circle, and they'll restart things. Right wing to Wilburn, gets it to Keller. She penetrates, shoots it from 15, no good. Rebound's going to be loose, and they're going to say it's off of Elsberry. Back to Van Far. 2:11 to play.
And still, what did we say, 4 points has been scored?
2 each.
Yes.
Keller on the inbounds, has it deflected by Maya Plaster out of bounds in the far corner. Over there by Robbie Scott in his bad hands, he fumbled it.
Imagine that. And he tries to tell me he's a legend.
Yeah, he is, all right.
In his own mind.
You got it. A turnover by Van Far as basket, threw it away. 5th turnover on the Van Far Indians. Down to 2 minutes to play. 13-9 our score. On the left wing now, Jenkins dribbles out, kicks it back to Maya in the corner to Kelsey. They play a little catch, whip it back to the head of the key to Jenkins. Jenkins to the left wing, gets it to Plaster off her fingertips and out of bounds. So it's been a quarter of turnovers and missed buckets.
Yes, sir.
Not made.
Emphasis on the missed buckets.
Jensen will come back in now, and Hoffman will take a seat for Van Far with 1:40 to play in the half. Keller into the front court as they work again against a 1-2-2 zone. And as I mentioned, Elsberry spreads those wings way out. In the high post now to Jensen, back to Wilburn outside the arc to Keller. Keller, right wing now to Gay. Back to Keller. She'll skip it in the far corner, but it's deflected and stolen by Plaster. And we've got another foul as Mara Jensen
going to get her third.
Ran into Plaster and will pick up her third foul, and she'll go to the bench for the rest of the half for sure. And now they're going to bring Robinson back in with Elsberry with her 2 fouls with Jensen on the bench and see if she can do some damage inside in the final 1:20 of this first half. Coaching strategies galore, huh?
I know it.
Love it. Maya into the front court for Elsberry. Dribbles to the right wing. Skips it out to Jenkins. Now to Robinson. To Maya in the far corner. 3. It's an air ball. We've got a whistle and a foul.
She's going to shoot 3.
I'm going to say she got fouled on the 3-pointer.
They did, and that's going to go against Carmen Wilburn. Should be her first.
We had one of these last night in the boys' game.
I had some here too.
So Maya Plaster has 2 points. The 5'8" freshman.
And I think she was in double figures. I think like 19 points, I think, on Monday night.
First one rattles in and out. She'll get a second.
I know her and Kelsey spent some time trading threes.
Didn't talk about it either.
Probably not, but Corey and I decided that if they wanted to have a contest, if they would just let us know, we could do a little extra calling for them. And like little sister, gains one on big sister or something like that.
There you go. She missed the second, but she'll get a third. It's on the way, and it's off the back of the rim, no good. And then we have a rebounding foul on, I believe they're going to call it on Gladney. Not in the bonus yet. And up off the bench, Chigola will return for Elsberry. Gladney will take a seat. She's got 2 fouls. With 1:02 to play in the half. Into the front court comes Keller, moseying along. Slow pace, as you might tell, 13-9. Van Far still on top. Led by 4 at the end of the first. Still lead by 4 as they work it around the basket in the far corner. She's in a double team and dribbles it off the foot. And back to Elsberry.
So it looks like Peyton Robinson's been subbing in and out, maybe a little offense for defense.
Yeah, exactly. You got it exactly right. Get her in for the offensive plays if play allows, and it does. So Elsberry will have with 38 ticks to go in the half. They need a bucket. Anybody needs a bucket.
Both teams could use one.
As they work it around, Kelsey with it with 28, right wing to Maya in the short corner. Tishkola back to Kelsey. Now to Robinson. She'll shoot the 3, in and out, no good. Rebound to Van Far. They've got 17 seconds. Keller.
I bet they play for the last shot.
I'm not taking that bet. The way this half's gone, it might be a turnover before they get there. They're down to 5. They're down to 3. Keller's going to fire a deep 3 off the back of the rim. No good, and that'll do it for the second quarter. A 2-point per team quarter. But Van Far goes to the locker room on top still by 4. They lead it 13-9. We'll have the halftime show next at the Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Sailor and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes to the Philadelphian favorite water ice, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM. Sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Well, I'm not quite sure how to describe that first half.
Yeah.
Lethargic comes to mind. A 11-7 scoring advantage for Vanfar in the first quarter, and each team scored 2 points in the second. And Vanfar leads at 13-9.
Yeah, I mean, really, in the second quarter, nobody could make a basket. I mean, that's just all there was to it. The several shots were put up, but they just didn't sink. And I asked you before, we may need to check with Coach Matt Chance, and maybe at the end of the first they put the lids back on the baskets. I'm not real sure.
Take them off for the second half.
Please take them off.
Yeah.
If you didn't, I mean, if you put them on by accident, that's fine. But these two teams have been so aggressive and up and down the court. I'd like to see a couple of baskets actually go in and through the hoop.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, there's really not much to add.
I'm really kind of speechless. Yeah, not a whole lot to talk about. Both teams turned it over 7 times, so fair amount. Well, that's actually quite a few turnovers for a pace game with the pace of play like this was. But both teams are going to need to clean it up. So let's take a break, and we'll be back with the limited halftime scoring, and I'm going to let the math wizard, Marianne, give that to you.
All right. Well, we'll talk about more as we continue the Sailor and Satellite Center halftime report next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Calumet of Missouri, and Hayden's Motorsports Center.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
Great hair doesn't happen by chance. It happens by an appointment with PJ Salon. Make your appointment today and look your absolute best. PJ Salon in the Raintree Mall in Louisiana is your full-service salon, offering manicures, pedicures, tanning, and much more. Gift certificates for your someone special are always available, and walk-ins are welcome at PJ Salon. You may have 99 problems, but your hair doesn't have to be one of them. PJ Salon in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Well, since I had to get out my calculator to help me here with some math, is that kind of what you were expecting there, Jim?
Well, if you did.
Yeah, I know. We're in bigger trouble.
Things are worse than I thought they are.
So for Elsberry, Abby Jenkins, Mackenzie Gladney, and Maya Plaster all have 2. And Ella Barber with 1.
Woo, I think you can handle that.
I think I got it.
You haven't even had to add yet on those.
I haven't. And they were 1 for 5 from the charity stripe. For Vanfar, Mara Jensen, Devin Keller each have 5, and Carmen Wilburn has 3. And they were 1 for 2 from the charity stripe. Did I get it?
You got it.
Okay.
You got it. Except for Elsberry was 3 for 7 from the free throw line. You forgot
I
these
did
little
forget.
guys.
I did forget Peyton Robinson up here, didn't I?
So
See,
I would take everything back about the math thing.
That's right. That's right. I was trying to work on some technical difficulties up here, and so give me a break.
I'll give you that. You take care of that for me because I wouldn't have any idea what I'm doing. So the second half, these guys, they just need to make some baskets. You know, we've talked about it since the start of the season, even in the pregame preseason stuff about how teams nowadays, particularly on the girls' side, they don't shoot near as well as they used to. Now, I don't know what the reason for that is, and I'm sure the coaches are wondering the same thing. But that's just the facts of the matter.
Well, let's just give you an example here because I happen to go back and pull some old stats. And since she happens to make this book, Coach Carrie Koch.
All over it, probably.
Quite a few. She is the top. This is as of 2009, okay,
right,
just so we're clear. In 2009, she was the number one top 10 scorer in a tournament in 2 or 3 games. She averaged 36.5 points per game. She put up 73 points in that game. So not only is she number 1, she's number 3. And then get down here a little bit further, she's like number 7. So, you know, she's all over it. She has the most field goals in 2 games at 30. She has the most free throws in 1 game at 13. So, yeah.
Well, Ponda thought that in what year was that?
2002 and 2001.
She averaged 36.5. Elsberry averages 38 as a team in this year so far.
So basically she averages what the team averages.
Basically.
So, yeah, just to give you an idea, like I said, since she's here, of course, there's some other great information that we'll continue to touch on as we move through the tournament, some really interesting stuff that we found.
And we're on Matt Chance and the folks to update that because we always thought that was pretty cool, and I know the fans loved it, to come in and see who the top 10 scorers in the history of the tournament. Of course, it obviously has the tournament records. Incidentally, we talked about it a little bit last night if you listened. A young man, Thomas, was that his name? I'm drawing a blank now. For North Callaway, scored 42 points.
Oh, that's Webster, Matthew Webster.
Wondered if that was Weber. That's right. There you go. Wondered if that was the tournament record. It was not.
No, his 42 points was 3 shy, set by, did you say it was Donnie Tapley?
Donnie Tapley scored 45, in 2006.
So just so we're clear, though, Brad McCarty, you Louisiana fans, he still holds some records, too. So
yes, he does.
So we'll keep that in mind. We'll talk about that more on boys' night. So really, like you said, Jim, got to come out and find a way to get the ball through the hole. I mean, they're missing shots right underneath both teams, point blank shots. They're missing the second chance shots. I don't know if I would say we maybe slow it down, but they don't need to slow it down anymore.
No.
So anyway, let's take our final break on the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report. When we return, we'll give you an update from the other gym, and we'll have second half action for you next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Royal Banks, and CMC Distributing and Manufacturing.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
If it's time to ride or time to work, it's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. There isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than those at Hayden's. If you need help at work or at play, let Hayden's Motorsports Center be your one-stop shop for the most fun and hard-working power sports equipment in the area. They're always ready to help. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
The most complete coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Before we start the second half, an update at halftime. North Callaway leads Louisiana 27-8. So,
Elsberry has it to start the second half. Starters back in: Robinson, Jenkins, Gladney, and both Plasters, Kelsey and Maya. We'll check the lineup for Van Far for you when they get the ball. Elsberry has it. Gladney in the mid-post area, whips it out to the corner to Maya. Back to Gladney in the post. She's in a double team and turns it over. Stolen away. Basket with the steals. Basket, Keller, Wilburn, Gay, and Ing Hoffman As Jensen on the bench with her 3 fouls, we probably won't see her till
fourth quarter, I think.
Yeah, at least late in the third for sure.
I don't know. Coach Heather Minter seemed pretty upset earlier when she had to pull her out with those 3 fouls.
Still a zone by Elsberry, and they've got Basket trapped in the far corner, and she is in a peck of trouble. She still got her dribble.
She does. Now she needs.
And a 5-second violation.
So this is one of those times you need one of those sneaky plays where you bounce it off your opponent's leg to go out of bounds.
Exactly. But she didn't think of that in the heat of the moment.
And honestly, I just heard Coach Minter tell her, I'm not bailing you out. So.
Yeah, she's already burned a timeout on a loose ball, so didn't burn one there. And the ball's deflected, goes into the backcourt, and it's a backcourt violation on Elsberry. So 2 turnovers for Elsberry, 1 for Van Far. That's the only thing we had to report for so far after we've played 1 minute in this third quarter, 13-9.
This might have to be the lowest scoring game we've called in a tournament.
Is that in your little program there? We may have to figure that out. Who scored the least points in a win? Van Far continues to work it around patiently around this zone.
No fewest points scored.
No fewest points. That doesn't excite fans, does it?
No, it usually doesn't. That's not what something usually talks about.
Gay in the far corner, lobs it over the head of Wilburn, but Keller tracks it down. Now she'll dribble to the head of Key, still has her dribble. Circles back around in between the circles, now in the high post to basket. She'll go to the paint, scoop layup up, and good. Our first bucket for a while. And Haley Basket is the person to be credited with it, and she'll get an and 1.
So picking up her first foul is Kelsey Plaster.
And Kelsey will take a seat. In comes Anna Talbot. 15-9. That is the biggest lead.
Make it 16.
And
while you're doing your figures.
7 is for sure the biggest lead of the night for either team. Elsberry led by 1 early, and that's it for them. In the far corner is Van Far in a zone defense as well, 2-3 zone. Robinson from 3, had the key way off the mark, and Hoffman with the rebound. I mean, that's what I'd do. As we talked about the shooting issues for most of the teams around. We've got a whistle on the foul on Robinson.
That's going to be 3 on her.
It will. I'd sit in a zone and say, beat me from beyond the arc if you can.
And it looks like Barber's going to re-enter the ball game for Robinson.
She will.
Silex Lady Owls headed to the locker room as Clopton went at halftime. Get ready for our next matchup of the evening.
Cross-court pass deflected by Talbot out of bounds in between the score table and the bench. And
I don't know what he was talking about. I thought he said something about the clock.
Something about looking at the clock. Yeah, stop the clock maybe. Stellar crew over at the score table tonight. Van Far has it. Still. Wilburn skips it back to Wilburn. Or to Keller. That'd be kind of hard to pass it to yourself.
Well, I mean, all the blonde hair out there, I understand the problem.
Crazier things have happened, right?
Yeah.
Keller has it now as they fumble around with it a little bit in the high post area. Now she'll back up and reset things. Left wing to Gay, or check that Wilburn. Now to Gay. Back to Wilburn. If y'all are watching us online, you know that I'm not missing a whole lot by talking this slow about it. They get it into basket in the middle of the lane. She'll work out of a double team, goes up in a crowd, but she's whistled for a 3-second violation. And I'll tell you something about that call.
Okay.
It's wrong. Because if you're in the lane and you're making a move to the basket, the 3-second count is paused.
And I'm anxious as to what.
Or suspended, as the rule book says.
I'm kind of curious what Coach Heather Minter walked onto the court to talk to the official about.
I don't know. He's got a funny look on his face.
He does. Well, I mean, she walked quite a ways. It's not like he was standing there next to her.
Kind of calm. Yeah, out into the key area, which is a gray color this year here. Barber gets it in the high post, and she travels. So, another turnover.
She's still talking to him.
3 turnovers to 2. Van Far leads the third quarter, 3-0 in the score. Now a little 1-2-2 3/4 court trap. No problem for Van Far. Keller into the front court now. As Elsberry is going to have to come out of that zone at some point if the lead holds into the fourth quarter. Wilburn left wing, back to Keller. Keller, right wing to Gay, back to Keller. To Gay, to Keller.
I feel like coaches.
I'm a broken record.
Well, I feel like Coach Kerry Cokedale and Brittany Cokedale are yelling something else for their players to do, and nobody's listening.
Down to 4 minutes. Pass is deflected. Keller tracks it down. Down to 3:55, 16-9. Van Far still on top. They're stretching it out a little bit, trying to put a little pressure out of the zone. Wilburn tries to throw it down on the baseline. It's deflected and stolen by Gladney, and she'll be fouled. Turnover number 3 in the half, 10 in the game.
And Carmen Wilburn picks up her second foul of the evening.
And Elsberry will have it. They have not scored for a while. I'm talking early in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Here comes Talbot to the lane. It's no good, and
foul on the
foul.
floor.
I think it's on the drive. They'll call that on Gay, I believe. Her second. So Elsberry will throw it in right side of the paint on the baseline. Into Talbot. Loses the ball, gets it back. Shot won't go. Gladney with the rebound. Her putback's no good, but she'll be fouled by In Hoffman. And Elsberry will make the first trip to the free throw line in the second half.
And we'll see if they can break this drought that they have going on right now.
Gladney has 2 points, and she will get 2 shots. First one short. She's a 5'6"
Junior.
Foul was on Ing Hoffman, as I said, her second. Gladney with the second. It's on the way, and it's good. 16-10, Van Far on top. Here comes some full court pressure by Elsberry. Keller, no problem, dribbles through everybody, then throws it away. Deflects it, goes back and gets it, shoots it from 8, no good. Rebound loose on the floor, and Gladney will come away with that loose ball rebound.
I'll tell you what, Gladney's defensive play I don't think quite gets as much attention as it should because she's really in on a lot of those.
They whip it around to Talbot, both of them in the game, Anna and Katie. Back to Kelsey. Kelsey Plaster gets it in the post to Gladney. On the right block, she spins, kicks it to the elbow. Shot from 15, no good by Talbot. Loose ball rebound is tracked down by Basket. Van Far head the other way with 2:50 to play here in the third quarter. You thought 2 points apiece in the third quarter. We're almost on that pace again here in the third. In the second quarter and the third. Yep. Inside is Ing Hoffman, and she scores. A rare field goal in this game, and the lead is 8 now at 18-10. That's the biggest lead of the night. Talbot drives in the paint. Her dribble was swatted out of bounds by Keller.
Yeah, it looks like we've got several substitutions. Here you go, Jim. You were right. Mara Jensen comes off the bench here late in the third. Peyton Robinson returns along with Kelsey Plaster. And who else came back in? There's Jenkins. There you go.
The original starting lineup back in for both teams, actually. Here with 2:22 to play in the third. Kelsey. Maya gets it into Kelsey, and she double dribbled. Had the ball deflected, dribbled it one time, picked it up with both hands, and dribbled it again. With 2:19 to play in the third. Elsberry backs off for full court pressure. And Keller will walk it across the timeline. Elsberry extending that 1-2-2 defense a little bit, and it works. Another steal by Maya, and Keller swats it out of bounds. But it'll go back to Elsberry with 2:01 to play in the third. Elsberry needs a field goal. Maya now dribbles to the head of the key, right wing to Kelsey. Kelsey gives it off to Robinson. She'll dribble with the left hand in the paint, and we've got a blocking foul. And that'll go against Wilburn, her third.
Tell you what, Jim, while they're at they're not going to the free throw line, never mind.
No, they're going to throw it in. Maya Plaster will do it right side of the paint, right on the R of Bowling Green. She looks, lobs it in, it's swatted out of bounds by Jensen, so we'll do it again, this time from the other side of the lane. On top of the I in bowling.
Look at you go.
Man. Maya will throw it in for Elsberry. Lobs it out front to
Jenkins.
She dribbles left wing to Kelsey Platcher. Her three's on the way. Good.
Boom. If you're going to get a field goal, that's the way to do it.
Kelsey Platcher breaks the ice from the field for Elsberry with the three-pointer. And now Robinson runs over the top of Wilburn, and that'll be her fourth. They're going to leave her in. They got to have her in the game if they're going to catch up, I'm afraid. Nope, now they're not going to. Barber jumps up off the bench. So Robinson will be there until midway through the fourth probably. 1:32 to play. Still a 5-point lead for Van Fart, 18-13. Basket at the free throw line. Kicks it back to Keller. She's open for three. It's online. It's good.
Well, apparently when one makes a three, somebody else can too.
What is that? Anything you can do, I can do better. Her second three of the game. She's got 8, and it's 21-13. 9, or check that back to 8. They're matching the biggest lead of the night for Van Fart. Maya Platcher now right corner to Gladney. Nowhere to go with it. Kicks it back to Barber. Barber got away with the travel. Gets it to Kelsey Platcher. Left wing to Jenkins in the far corner to Kelsey, or check that Maya Platcher, and she traveled. Turnover number 5, a half 12 in the game for Elsberry. And Van Fart will have it with 58 seconds to play in the third quarter. Basket, dribbles it, gets to the block, up off the glass, and good. First time anybody's gone to the bucket, and she scores it, and Elsberry wants a timeout as Heather Minner cheers her kids on. Yes.
All right, we're going to see if we can get a little audio from the other gym, so stand by. We'll see if this works while we go to a timeout.
When Bowser delivered that pass, every Bidia has to be over the line and able to be able to avoid that call. Center of the lane, they kick it down low, shot off the glass. Good passing there and a nice finish by Bedsworth. She's got 4 points. In the backcourt, here's Powell over to the far side to Reese. Gets it back, does Gilea. Across the line, tipped and taken again, and here comes Schmock off the steal, and she's fouled by Powell. It's going to be Emily's second. And this is, right now, just not the same Louisiana team we saw during the 4-game win streak.
Well, that's an Eagle 102 game break. To give you the update, the score is 39-8 in the third as North Callaway has this one in hand.
Yes, I don't know what's happened to Louisiana. They had confidence going there for a while, won 4 in a row, as Mark said, and now they've gone backwards a little bit. Let's see if Elsberry can go forward. They trail by 10, the biggest of the game for Van Fart. They need a bucket here in this final 37 seconds. Maya has it now, dribbles into the paint, and she's fouled by Gay.
That'll be her third.
I'm hoping that Elsberry's coaching staff told him, you got to go to the bucket. You got to create some space. Now get Jensen out in this final 33 seconds so she doesn't pick up her fourth. Hoffman back in. Maya to throw it in right side of the paint. Looks, gets it to Kelsey in the paint, and she travels.
Oh, nope, Jensen's right back in.
Doing that offense for defense thing.
Yep.
And here comes full court pressure by Elsberry, and Kelsey Plaster will check out, and Jillian Reller will come in for her in this waning seconds of the third quarter. To basket, she gets it down low to Gay. Her shot's up, no good. Jensen with the offensive rebound, looks for help, kicks it out to Keller. She's still got 24 seconds. Into the left corner to Basket. Basket into the paint now to Jensen. Puts it on the floor, turns the glass and scores. Mara Jensen's got 7, and the lead is now 12 for Van Fart. Maya gets it to the paint, kicks it outside to Reller. Her three, in and out, no good. Rebound loose, picked up by Wilburn. Van Fart's got 3 seconds. 2. Keller takes a look at it. She'll let it fly. It'll be way short, but a big lead for Van Fart. They lead it by 12. 25-13 over the number 1 seed Elsberry. The fourth quarter's next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Craig Bowen CPA, and Beinhoff Funeral Homes.
At Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair in Vandalia, they say it's better to prevent a breakdown than having to pay for one. Preventative maintenance is key, but if your machinery should break down, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair is there to serve you in the shop, on the farm, or roadside. See Craig's for semi-truck and trailer repair, oil changes, overhauls, and much more. Farm planting season to harvest season and beyond, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair can help keep all your equipment and big rigs rolling. Call in or stop in today. Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair, Highway 54 east of Vandalia.
CMC Distributing in Louisiana is the place to turn for steel, culverts, industrial supplies, and central welding supplies. In addition, CMC Distributing offers trailer parts, truck accessories, truck beds, and trailer repairs. At CMC Distributing, they always go the extra mile while working hard to make sure you're satisfied. They do it that way for a simple reason. They appreciate your business. CMC Distributing, Highway 54, west of Louisiana.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, is this lead insurmountable? Van Far leads by 12. Elsberry's only scored 13 the entire game. They lead 25-13, and now they're going to come out and looks like maybe play man, but they get a turnover as Wilburn drags the pivot foot on the first possession of the fourth quarter. Turnover number 5 in the second half, 12 in the game for Van Far. Elsberry needs a bucket, needs to find their way offensively. Plaster kicks it out to Talbot. She'll penetrate into the paint, goes up off the glass, and good.
Nice move in there by
Katie Talbot, right?
Was it Katie or was it Anna?
Nope, that was Anna, wasn't it?
Yep.
Her first 2 points of the night. So Elsberry's going to pick up the pace a little bit. And the ball's loose, and it's going to go out of bounds off of Van Far. Talbot creating havoc with her hustle as she dove for that ball, and Van Far went off their foot. They couldn't track it down before it went out of bounds. So a 10-point lead for Van Far. Maya Plaster to Reller. Back to Talbot. Talbot dribbles in the paint, has it swat away. It's loose, and Elsberry's going to track it down. Got it at the half-court stripe, but it was last touched by Van Far as the fans hoot and holler, so no backcourt violation.
Some of them were actually thinking there was a travel.
Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah,
it's close. Elsberry works it around. Reller left wing, puts it on the floor, gets it to Gladney. Gladney into the mid-paint area. To Talbot, has it swat away by Basket. They get it back to Basket. She'll head the other way, and she's going to be caught from behind, and it's stolen by Maya Plaster. She'll get it off to Reller, and now she'll head the other way. Into the front court. She's got a 3-on-3 break. Gets it to Talbot. Back to Plaster. Plaster, Maya down the paint, up off the glass. No good. Gladney with the rebound. It has it taken away by Keller as she brought it down to her waist, and Keller just took it away from her. Down to 6:20 to play in the game. 25-15, Van Far on top. Van Far the 4 seed. Elsberry the 1 seed in this tournament. Defending champion from the Clopton tournament. They finished second here last year, losing to Clopton in the championship game. Inside to Jensen. Her shot's no good, and it's going to go off her fingertips, they say. Back to Elsberry.
Well, I'm glad to see the tempo picked up a little bit.
That it has. And a couple subs in for Elsberry. Robinson will return, as will Katie Talbot. Maya Plaster and Barber sit down for Elsberry. 6 minutes to play in the game. Number 1 seed in trouble.
Well, we talked about it numerous times, Jim. At the top 4 on the girls' side of the bracket, any 4 of them can take this championship game.
Katie Talbot got the ball, didn't put it on the floor fast enough. She's whistled for the travel. Now full court pressure by Elsberry as Wilburn takes it out free throw line extended right here below us. To Keller in the backcourt. Full court man-to-man. They'll try and jump trap. They get it ahead to Basket. Basket with some space. Stops. Gets it back to Keller, but it's deflected. Stolen by Talbot. Talbot, she'll take it to the glass, and she's going to be fouled. Fouled by Keller, and Anna Talbot will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. She's come in and made a difference.
Yeah, she has.
And she's breathing hard because she's been getting after it. Heather Minder putting on a little show for everybody.
I think maybe she's a fan of LSU, for those who don't know, like a big fan of LSU. So maybe Kim Mullucky is kind of wore off on her a little bit as she's taken over the LSU.
I don't know.
She got to get a little flashier clothes going on.
I guess. First free throw by Talbot is good. She'll get a second. Lead under 10 for the first time in a bit. 25-16. Talbot with the second. It's up. Off the rim, no good. Jensen with the rebound. Gets it to Keller. Keller got two girls after her. Gets it to Jensen. Jensen now to Gay. Gay to the right wing. She's a little timid with it. Gets it back to Wilburn.
Well, they kind of had her out in a spot where she's not used to being, out there around the free throw line.
Elsberry in a man-to-man on a pick and roll with Gay. Keller gets it inside to Jensen. She'll go to the glass, and she's pushed from the high.
And
that's going to be an intentional foul.
Yep.
Gladney came in and just put two hands in the middle of Jensen's back and gave her a big shove. Actually snapped her neck back. And Mackenzie Gladney will be whistled for the intentional foul. So Elsberry will get two free throws.
You mean Van Far?
I'm sorry, you're right. They're not in the bonus yet.
Yep.
Just 16 fouls or 14 fouls, I should say, on Elsberry. So Jensen will get two free throws on the intentional foul, and then Van Far will get the ball underneath their own basket. First one's up, no good. She'll get a second. It rattles around and drops. So back to a 10-point lead at 26-16. And Van Far will have it left side of the paint. Keller will throw it in for the Lady Indians. Lobs it into Jensen on the block. Skips it over to Wilburn on the other block. Her shot's up, no good. Rebounds loose, picked up by Katie Talbot. She hustles it ahead to Robinson. Robinson on the block, across the Reller, back to Gladney. Gladney goes up in the paint. Her shot's blocked by Jensen. Jensen tracks down the loose ball, but they're going to say she stepped on the inline. And we go back to Elsberry with 4:57 to play in the ball game. 26-16 our score. Van Far on top. Jensen will take a break now as Ing Hoffman will come in for her. Maya Plaster to throw it in for Elsberry. She looks, gets it to Robinson in the far corner. She'll drive into the paint. Her baby hook's no good, but there's a blocking foul. And Robinson will go to the line and shoot two.
And they're calling on Keller, her second.
4:54.
Oh, no, they called it on Hoffman. See, I listened to you last night saying we might as well not even try to figure out what these refs are doing because they're going to be wrong. And there I still did it anyway.
First free throw by Robinson is good. She'll get a second. Lead back under double digits at 9. And
just real quick, as they're trying to sort some things out, in the fourth quarter, North Callaway leads Louisiana 43-13.
Robinson with the second after they've sorted out whatever the issue was. She makes both free throws, and it's a 9-point lead at 26-18. And there's a timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. 4:54 to play in the game. Listen to Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Lynn's Heritage House, and Knight Equipment Company.
Brown's Smokehouse Meats in Silex can help with all your meat processing, retail, wholesale, and custom butchering. Brown's Smokehouse Meats invite you to stop by their retail location in Troy at 185 East Cherry Street.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, we still have a few moments here in this timeout. Let's send it over to the other gym and see if we can get a little bit of an update from Mark and Ethan.
Louisiana. Give Ty Campbell a steal. Here's Jalea Reese. Gets it down to Pedersen. Pedersen goes baseline with a pass to the near side. Bradley's three is short. And we're down to 2:17 to play in this ball game.
That's been an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froelich, and we'll give you the final of that one coming up in just a little bit.
Aren't you fancy with all this technology?
Oh, well, when it works, it's great.
Full court pressure by Elsberry. Van Far has it underneath the Elsberry basket. Gets it into Wilburn. She'll dribble up the right sideline. Still going, and they say she stepped on the sideline. And we'll go back to Elsberry. So the pressure is starting to mount a little bit on Van Far as Elsberry making a little run here. 26-18, they still trail, however. 4:50 to play in the ball game. Maya gets it to Reller, left wing. Far corner to Robinson. She ball fakes into the lane or the key area. Gets it out to Keller Reller. Her shot's no good. Maya with the rebound, up and good. Maya Plaster with her first bucket of the second half, and then we have a whistle and a foul on the press. And that'll go against Talbot. Katie, her first, team's 5th. And we'll do it all over again. Basket underneath the bucket. In the backcourt. Gets it into Jensen. She'll look for guard help. Gets it back to Basket. Basket with some open space. With the left hand now into the front court. Left wing to Gay. Back to Wilburn. Wilburn holds it under his arm. Lead is down to 6. 26-20. Basket has it swatted away. Stolen by Maya. Gets it back to Robinson. She'll go to the glass. Her layup's up and good. Elsberry on the move. The lead down to 4. 26-22. Basket into the front court now to Wilburn on the left wing. Out at the 28-foot mark. She waits for the double team to come, then gets it to Keller. Keller down inside to Jensen. Her shot's up and good. Nice feed that time and a layup by Jensen. And timeout, Heather Minter. 28-22 our score. Van Far on top, 3:44 to play. You're listening to Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McCoy Blossom Funeral Home, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and the Ivins Insurance Agency.
Lynn's Heritage House isn't your average senior living facility. At Lynn's, residents have an abundance of social and recreational activities, including trips to the Twin Pike Family YMCA, numerous craft projects, and even the occasional day trip around Pike County. As a resident, you can enjoy the same independent lifestyle you've always enjoyed, but with the peace of mind knowing that help is available when needed. For more information, visit Lynn's Heritage House, 800 Kelly Lane in Louisiana, or online at lynsheritage.com.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, agent, and Perkins Electrical Services.
28-22. Van Far still leads. Elsberry got it to within 4. A nice bucket by Jensen made it 6. And Van Far called the timeout to decide what they're going to do defensively. Elsberry with 3:44, the head seed, the number 1 seed in this tournament, trying to come from behind. Robinson on the left wing. She fakes the three-pointer, gets it out to Talbot. Katie drives down the paint, shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound Zeus. She comes up with her own rebound and throws it back. Let's see what happened. Timeout.
Timeout. Before we head to timeout, we've got a final in the other gym. 43-15, North Callaway defeats Louisiana. In this gym, right now, Van Far leads Elsberry 28-22. We've got a timeout on 4. We'll be back with more from the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Penrod Real Estate, People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, and Ann Lane Boutique.
Hello, my name is Lisa Blossom Payne. My family owns and operates McCoy Blossom Funeral Homes and Crematory. We have 3 locations to serve you: Bowling Green, Troy, and Hawk Point. We provide both traditional funerals and cremation services. In addition, we also offer pre-arrangement options that freeze the cost. If you would like further information, please contact McCoy Blossom Funeral Homes and Crematory at 573-213-5110.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Mike's Tire and Service Center, Veolia Landscape Supply, and A Taste of Philly.
Out of the timeout, Elsberry gets it inside to Gladney. Her shot's blocked by Jensen. She controls a loose ball. Ahead to Basket. She'll go to the glass, up and good. Haley Basket's got 7, and the lead back to 8. So after Elsberry threatened, Van Far settled the ship a little bit. Talbot with the left hand into the paint, goes up in a crowd, no good. Rebound to Gladney and Jensen as they tie up. And the alternating arrow will go to Elsberry. 2:48 to play. In comes Anna Talbot along with Kelsey Plaster.
Kind of makes you wish the entire game had been this exciting.
Well, yeah. Why not? Maya Plaster to throw it in for Elsberry, left side of the paint. Tries to throw it inside to Talbot. Basket deflects it out of bounds. Back to Elsberry in the exact same spot. No, actually, they're going to move Maya out towards the sideline. Hits the ball and says, let's go. Gets it to Kelsey. Kelsey, right wing to Talbot. Talbot with the left hand. Outside the arc now, head of the key. Left wing to Maya. In the post area to Gladney. She's all by herself. She turns around, shoots a layup.
Well, if they're going to leave her wide open, might as well take advantage.
Defense went away. Getting full court man pressure by Elsberry. They'll try and jump trap if they can. Keller gets it off to Wilburn. Back to Keller. In the high post now to Jensen to basket. Outside the arc. She'll back up. Run a little more clock. Down to 2:15. Clock becoming Van Far's friend. Gay has it now under heavy pressure. Gets it to Keller, and she's fouled by Talbot. They're over the bonus. Or no, they aren't. That's just 6. I'm sorry.
Just, yep.
And that'll be Talbot's
second.
And Van Far has it between their own bench and the score table. Wilburn to throw it in. Wilburn looks, got to find somebody. Gets it to Keller. Keller now on the dribble with some space, decides to back it up. She's a senior. She knows what's going on. She'll pull up from 10. In and out, no good. Jensen with the rebound, but there's a jump ball, and on the alternating arrow, Van Far will get it back. Louisiana gave Van Far trouble in the home game at Louisiana, and in the fourth quarter, Keller, the senior, just took control of that, handled the basketball, and calmed their team, and they end up winning. See if she can do the same here. 2 minutes to play. She has the ball, guarded by Talbot. Talbot, intense defender. Off to Wilburn, and she's fouled by Plaster, and that'll send Van Far to the free throw line, as that's Kelsey's second and the team's 7th.
So Carmen gets set for a 1-and-1.
Her first trip to the free throw line tonight. 30-24, Van Far leads it, 1:52 to play in the ball game. Van Far's led by as many as 12 in this game. Elsberry led by 1 early. Wilburn's first free throw's up and good. She'll get a second. She's got Big Brother down here watching tonight.
Yeah, I was reminding her parents that, you know, they finally got it right with the daughter. Yeah, I've given poor the Wilburn.
Matter of opinion, of course. Second free throw's no good. That'll leave you speechless, won't it? That
no, not really. The boys came back and agreed with me.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they really support their little sister.
Inside to Talbot. Her shot's no good, and Gay comes up with a loose ball. Gets it to basket, but it's off her fingertips. Goes out of bounds, back to Elsberry. So Elsberry putting heavy pressure on in the backcourt now, and it created a turnover that time. Number 11 in the second half and 18 in the game, as Jenkins will come in now, and Anna Talbot will take a seat. Maya gets it to Kelsey in the near corner, back to Jenkins. To Maya in the corner. She'll ball fake, drives it to the block, nowhere to go, hands it back to Kelsey. Head of the key now to Robinson. Robinson ball fakes, goes in the paint. Her runner's up, no good, but she's fouled. It almost went in. Jensen will pick up the foul. That'll be her 4th. And Peyton Robinson will go to the line to shoot 2. Good spot for Elsberry to be, to try and pick up some points without the clock running. They trail 31-24, 1:24 to play in the game. Robinson, the senior, makes the first. 5'9" senior, I might add.
I think we say it every single game. Free throws, free throws, and free throws. Make or break this game.
Hoffman back in for Gay. Robinson with the second. From the rim, short, ball's loose, one off of Kelsey's foot, or Maya's foot. And Van Far picks it up. They're under heavy pressure, basket trap. She throws it up in the air, and it's going to go off of Jenkins, I believe. Back to Van Far as there moans and groans from the crowd. All 10 players in the backcourt. Basket gets it to Jensen. She's going to dribble it in the front court. She'll look for some help now. Hands it off to Wilburn. Wilburn drives baseline. Nowhere to go now in a double team, and she's going to be bailed out with a timeout. 31-25 our score. Van Far leads it. They call a timeout. 1:02 to play in the game. You're listening to Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Remax Realty Shop Alicia Koenig, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
The Evans Insurance Agency is a family-owned and operated independent brokerage. We take pride in sponsoring local athletic and academic achievements. Scott and Shirley Evans offer only the best in customer service while protecting your home, auto, toys, and business needs. Give us a call at 816-772-5182.
Tell my mom and dad what I'm doing.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, home health and hospice in all parts.
Well, Marianne, this was going to come down to the wire.
It is.
31-25, Van Far leads.
I mean, we had 2 overtime games last night. You think that there's a chance tonight?
No, I don't.
Don't.
Not in this game.
Don't think or hope not.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Keller will throw it in right side of the paint for Van Far. 1:02 to play in the game.
Such good numbers, 102.
There you have it. Into basket outside the arc on the right wing. She'll spin out of trouble with the dribble on the left hand, and she'll be fouled by Maya Plaster. And we'll shoot free throws on this end. So everybody in the bonus from here on out. And basket will go to the line and shoot a 1-on-1. She's got 7 tonight. Her first one's off the back of the rim, no good. And the loose ball is going to go off a basket as they hustle to it on the near sideline. No one could corral it, so Elsberry will get it with 55 ticks to go. Kelsey Plaster back in for Jenkins for Elsberry. They'll look to her for some three-point help. Maya dribbles into the paint, and she's going to be fouled. They're going to wave it off as the bucket went in, but she was fouled out about the right elbow. So she'll go to the line and shoot a 1-on-1 opportunity. Nope, that's 10 fouls on Van Far, so she'll get 2. Foul is going to go against Ing Hoffman, her 4th. So Plaster can cut into this 6-point lead with 49 ticks to go. First one's nothing but net.
She starts off the right way.
Snaps through the net. Gay in, as is
Jenkins
for Elsberry. Plaster with the second. She's just a freshman. Back the rim, no good. Long rebound, tracked down by Wilburn. She has it knocked out of her hands, but basket will save it into Jensen. She'll get it ahead to Gay. She dribbles up, is caught from behind, and knocked out of bounds by Jenkins.
I tell you what, that was a nice hustle there by Abby Jenkins.
She turned the Jets on and saved a layup maybe. So we have a timeout on the floor again. Elsberry will call it this time. 39.4 to play. You listen to Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by West End Financial Services, Bowling Green Veterinary Clinic, and True Manufacturing.
Buying a home can be scary, but not with RE/MAX Realty. Whether you're looking to sell or to buy a home, commercial property, investment property, or land in Pike County and the surrounding area, the RE/MAX Realty Shop is here to help. When you or someone you know wants a passionate advocate to share the home buying experience with, call me. We will both be glad you did. I'm Alicia Koenig, RE/MAX agent.
Area High School Sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
Well, Marianne, we had a little action in this fourth quarter.
Yes, we did.
Livened this game up a bit.
We were kind of concerned after the first 3 quarters as to what the fourth quarter was going to look like, but boy, they came and made a ball game out of it.
31-26. Van Far still leads. 39 seconds to play in the ball game. And Van Far will go to the free throw line, I believe. Nope, they got it underneath their own basket.
Yeah, it went out of bounds.
Keller will throw it in for the Lady Indians of Van Far. Right side of the paint. Gets it in the basket. They'll hand it right back to Keller. She'll dribble out between the circles. Van Far's going to have to foul. Or Elsberry, I should say. No, they're not. Stolen by Gladney, and Keller steals it back, but they're going to call a foul on her. So Elsberry will get to shoot free throws again. This time it will be Mackenzie Gladney. And she'll get 2 shots. 30 seconds to play. Can she draw the Lady Indians of Elsberry closer? It rattles around. Oh, it hit a little bit of everything. Backboard, both sides of the rim, and rolled out. She'll get a second. 5'8" junior. In and out again, but rebound on the offense is Talbot. Her shot won't go, and the offensive rebound now goes off of Van Far, so Elsberry will have another chance.
And they get a quick push to get Peyton Robinson in. She's going to come in for Barber.
Still 31-26, 29 seconds to play. Elsberry, right side of the paint. Robinson will throw it in. Gets it out to Jenkins. Now to Maya. Maya drives to the free throw line. Kicks to the right corner of Talbot. She'll drive right baseline. Tries to force it inside. They're saying it's off of Gladney. Out of bounds. Back to Van Fort. Turnover number 10.5. 17 in the game for Elsberry. Full court pressure by Elsberry. Basket gets it into Jensen. She's under pressure. Back to Basket. Basket in a double team, and she's going to be fouled.
By Robinson, that'll be 5 on her.
And Basket will go to the other end and shoot a free throw. And you're correct, that is Robinson's 5th. She'll finish the night with 7 points. Still 31-26, however, just 17 ticks to go in this game. 2-possession game. Basket can make it next to impossible if she can make both these free throws and make it a 3-possession game. She makes the first, and back into the game will come Kelsey Plaster for Barber.
Coach Heather Mentor removes everybody from around the free throw line. Jillian Reller returns for Abby Jenkins.
So you've got the 2 Plasters and Reller, the 3-point shooters in the game for Elsberry. Basket, can she make this? She does. Calm and cool is the senior. It's a 3-possession game, nearly impossible for Elsberry. Plaster drives in the paint, kicks it in the far corner. Reller, her 3's up. It's an air ball, goes out of bounds off of Elsberry, back to Van Far, and that's going to pretty much do it for this. Elsberry is going to continue to press, but it will be to no avail as Basket's going to throw it into Jensen, and they go ahead and foul her, does Gladney. And that'll be her 4th, I believe.
That's what I have, but that doesn't mean much for us.
No. They say 3rd on the scoreboard.
See? But we know that's not right because she sat down in the first half with 3 fouls.
So Jensen will go to the line and shoot 2 this time as Elsberry's over the bonus. Well, we had Elsberry with 2 more points than the scoreboard did, both Mark and I last night.
I heard that.
Jensen makes the first, and Van Far is going to pull the biggest upset of the tournament so far. Second one by Jensen's good as well. And it's a 35-26 lead for Van Far. Down to 4, down to 3. Gladney pulls up from 16, high off the glass, no good, and that'll do it. The Van Far Indians upset the number 1 seed, the Elsberry Indians, 35-26. Your postgame show's next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Founded in 2000, Sparks Maintenance Contracting out of Bowling Green has since been performing industrial maintenance nationwide and plans to continue growing. Sparks Maintenance Contracting attention to detail and compassion are only some of the many things that separate them from other competitors. Teamwork is the key to success in business and in sports. Best wishes to all the area teams from Sparks Maintenance Contracting, proudly serving America.
West End Financial Services in Louisiana will tell you, of course money isn't everything, but it certainly is something. No matter how you feel about it, it's impossible to get along without it. You may not need extra funds now, but if it happens to you, remember solving money problems is West End Financial Services business. West End Financial Services offers check cashing and short-term loans along with Western Union. Open Monday to Thursday 10 to 5, Fridays 10 to 6, and Saturday 10 to 2. Locally owned and operated West End Financial Services in Louisiana off Georgia Street.
True Manufacturing in Bowling Green is hosting a hiring event Tuesday, February 1st from 2:30 until 6 p.m. at their plant location in Bowling Green. True Manufacturing is looking for night shift and weekend warrior shifts with beginning pay between $19 and $20 per hour. If you're looking for a career change, True Manufacturing may be your answer. Mark your calendars now to attend the hiring event Tuesday, February 1st at 16755 Industrial Park in Bowling Green. True Manufacturing is an equal opportunity employer.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
The Van Far Lady Indians advanced to the championship game with an upset win over the number 1 seed, the Elsberry Indians, by the final score of 35-26. And Marianne, we kind of alluded to this in the pregame that was a possibility, and the Lady Indians of Van Far made us look smart.
I like it when they do that. I get tired of looking dumb on a regular basis. But you know what? They were patient. They got out there, held the lead, made baskets when they can. I mean, we know in the second and third quarter, those were probably the absolute slowest quarters we've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
But either way, when Elsberry brought the pressure in the fourth, they adjusted to it and was still able to capitalize. They scored the most points that they have in the fourth quarter, and was able to take care of that pressure. So now that's probably good for them, because whoever they're going to get between this Clopton and Silex team, they're going to have that pressure the entire game.
That they are. You got the scoring. You want me? I'll take it. It looks like you don't have it. Let's run down the scoring real quick, as we'll reset things for the second game. For Elsberry, they dropped 11-7 on the season. Nobody in double figures. Peyton Robinson with 7, Mackenzie Gladney with 5, along with Maya Plaster with 5. 3 for Anna Talbot and Kelsey Plaster, 2 for Abby Jenkins, and 1 for Ella Barber. The Indians were 6 for 12 from the free throw line. They turned it over 7 times. That would be the Elsberry Indians. For the Van Far Lady Indians, they were led by Mara Jensen, the only person in double figures for the team. She had 12, 9 for Haley Basket, 8 for Devin Keller, 4 for Carmen Wilburn, and 2 for McKenna Ing Hoffman. Van Far was 8 for 12 from the free throw line, and they turned it over 18 times. A 13-12 scoring advantage in the third, a 13-10 scoring advantage in the fourth for Van Far, and they win it by the final score of 35-26.
All right, that's going to take care of the post-game show. We're going to reset things, be back with the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show as the number 2 Clopton Hawks take on the number 3 Silex Isles next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Young Enterprises Incorporated, B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting, and Billy Collins Construction.
No matter which team you're rooting for this season, Young Enterprises Incorporated of New Hartford hopes all our great teams have a wonderful and successful year. Young Enterprises Incorporated features A.K. and Kent Feeds, Ascro and DeKalb Seeds, RCIS Crop Insurance, fertilizer, chemicals, interstate batteries, and more. Young Enterprises Incorporated online at youngenterprisesinc.com. Young Enterprises Incorporated of New Hartford.
B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting in Silex specializes in sandblasting, painting, and bodywork on large equipment such as road tractors, semi-trucks, dump trucks, and more. The team at B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting has the knowledge and skill to get your large equipment in tip-top shape. Call B&R today for a quote at 636-262-4304. That's 636-262-4304. B&R Auto Body and Sandblasting in Silex.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, that was a good basketball game with an upset. Will we have another one here?
Well, I don't know. Let's go back and state that we had a great fourth quarter.
Well,
how about that?
That's a fact, but it finished exciting. And as we said, Van Far upsets the number 1 seed Elsberry to advance to the championship game for the first time in quite a while.
Yeah.
And they will get the winner of this game between the number 2 seed Clopton Lady Hawks and the Silex Lady Owls. As we mentioned, these two teams have met twice back in the Clopton tournament. Clopton won 50-49. Then a couple weeks later, actually 8 days later, Silex returned to Clopton and upset them or beat them 47-45. Now we play on a neutral court, and we'll see what kind of difference that makes. And this will be like two bulls going at it.
It will. You know, we'll have to see. You know, Sarah Gradicke for the Silex Lady Owls is really good down there underneath the basket. She'll be going up against Stacia Talbert from the Clopton Lady Hawks this evening. So it's going to be a battle of the two tall girls down low inside. But the one that I'm anxious to see is Brea Smith versus a Rita Thurman or Abigail Mooney. The two on the both teams, they're at the top of the point. They're all fast. They're very quick. They have good ball handling skills. And I think that's probably where a lot of this is going to come down to tonight is who can take care of that basketball the most.
Well, the other thing, going back to what we've talked about ad nauseum, actually, is who can shoot it from the outside.
Oh, that's true, too.
Because neither team, actually, I don't know if Silex has anybody that they would consider a reliable three-point shooter from outside. From time to time, Brea Smith can find the range, but that's about the extent
Shanna Yates and Madeline Bruni.
Yeah.
But there's
no
spotty.
consistency, yeah. So will both teams pack it in a zone and see what the other team can do?
I really kind of expect Clopton to come out man-to-man.
Press?
That's going to be my guess right off, and I don't really have anything to base that on except for just a gut feeling tonight. For watching them play on Monday night and watching them get after it, I think they're chomping at the bit here. So that's my guess. I'm sure Coach Street's going to prove me wrong.
That's the MO. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with our starting lineups and the opening tip after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Trophy Properties and Auction, Joe Ogden Agent, Louisiana Flowers and Gifts, and LaCrosse Lumber in Louisiana.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high-deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Before and after the game, Night Owls Cafe has your fix for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert. Night Owls is the perfect spot for down-home cooking, offering a full menu of tasty items sure to fit your taste buds. From breakfast sandwiches and waffles to pizza, burgers, and wraps, Night Owls has it all. Check out the Night Owls Facebook page for daily specials and updates on their freshly baked pastries. Night Owls Cafe, 115 Main Street in Silex.
When on a quest for parts to get you back on the road, look no further. CarQuest has all of your automobile and agricultural needs. With locations in Bowling Green, Louisiana, and Vandalia, CarQuest is your leading auto parts retailer. CarQuest offers die-hard batteries, hydraulic hoses, water pumps, remanufactured automotive parts, maintenance items, and accessories such as oil filters for all makes and models. End your quest today. Stop by CarQuest and get experienced help to keep your vehicle in tip-top shape.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, we will start with the home team on the scoreboard this evening. The Clopton Lady Hawks, they are starting a sophomore guard wearing number 11, Brea Smith. Another sophomore guard wearing number 20, Jasmine Hammett. A junior guard wearing number 22, Shanna Yates. A junior guard wearing number 33, Madeline Bruni. And a sophomore forward wearing number 51, Stacia Talbert. Starting for the Silex Lady Owls, they will be starting a junior wearing number 1, Rita Thurman. A sophomore wearing number 2, Abigail Mooney. A sophomore wearing number 21, Carly Ellis. A junior wearing number 23, Tori Mudd. And a junior wearing number 25, Sarah Gradicke.
Clopton defeated Bowling Green 45-22 on Monday night. Silex defeated Winfield 59-42 2:44. The winner gets Van Far on Friday night at 7:30 in the championship game. The loser will drop down to the third place game, and they'll face Elsberry. That game will start at 6 o'clock.
Well, Jim, I got one wrong. Carly Ellis is not starting for the Silex Lady Owls. Maddie Isom is. She wears number 4. She's a sophomore. So Rita Thurman, Abigail Mooney, Maddie Isom, Tori Mudd, and Sarah Gradick. Oh, nope, they're going to make another liar of me. As Tori Mudd, I don't know what I wrote down. Maddie Hall and Sarah Gradick. He changed it up on me. How about that? Can we blame Coach Robert James for that?
You can blame him.
I'm not going to blame him. He's such a good athletic director to us and does a great job. Not going to blame him. We'll just say that Marion wrote it down.
I'm going to blame Marion Everhart.
That's fair. As we mentioned for the home team, Clopton, they're starting Smith, Hammett, Yates, Bruni, and Talbert.
Or I'm going to blame me for being so lazy I didn't go get them to make for sure who they were. Clopton in their home white jerseys, black numbers, red trim. Silex in their road greens with white numbers. There may be a little gray trim around there. I'm not sure. My eyesight's not as good as it once was.
Oh. Might give you an update real quick from the other gym. Right now, Bowling Green leads Winfield 10-3 in the first. So they're a little ways ahead of us. We'll try to get you some updates as we move through this one.
Silex will move from your left to your right on your radio here in this first half. Sarah Gradick will jump center for Silex. And Talbert will do the honors for the Lady Hawks. Glad to have you with us. Marianne Everhart, Jim Ross, Ethan Everhart, and Mark Froelich are over in the middle school gym. You can see that game in our
preview
picture in a picture.
And of course, the game is also being streamed full on KJFM radio right now.
.com.
Yeah, thank you for throwing that in there.
There you go. Who's going to control the opening tip? It'll be Clopton. They get it to Smith. Bruni.
Oh, gosh, they do it to me every time.
She'll back up and spins around. Silex in a man-to-man as we're just underway.
Jim, Yates. I really feel like you need to get to with some of these and get a rule passed that girls with this long hair have to, wear it up in a bun or something.
Yeah, they can't all look alike. People think we memorize the numbers. Actually, we figure out what they look like. It's a lot easier. As the pass goes inside to Talbert, and it's going to go off her fingertips out of bounds. So the first possession for Clopton is a turnover.
And here comes a full court pressure.
So we've got our answer early on. It'll be full court press. And they throw it away. Stolen by Bruni. Her left-hand layup's no good. Rebound by Hall. Hall gets it off to Thurman. Thurman with the right hand against the man-to-man defense. Spins out of trouble. Now hands it off to Mooney. Mooney to the left elbow, kicks it out to Eisen. Eisen drives left baseline, got some space up off the glass and good.
Silex gets on the scoreboard first tonight.
Maddie Eisen with a nice drive with the left hand from the left side. Little full court pressure by the Owls. Looks like a 2-2-1 press. Bruni gets it now to Smith over in front of the Clopton bench. Tries to hand it back to Yates. It goes off her fingertips and stolen by Clopton. They throw it ahead and it's stolen back by Bruni. So back-to-back turnovers, and Clopton has it. Yates right wing back to Bruni now between the circles. We played a minute 30 in this first quarter. Yates on a pick and roll with Talbert. Nothing doing there. Gradick all over her. She flips it to Bruni. Bruni drives right baseline, stops, throws it away, and then there's a foul.
Yeah, Brea Smith is not one that the Hawks want in foul trouble. She picks up her first foul of the evening.
Stolen by Mooney, and with her speed, she would have shot a layup at the other end.
Probably why everybody else was still at half court. She's fast.
2 turnovers apiece here in the early going. Mooney in the front court now. Throws it over the head of Hall, or check that Isom in the far corner out of bounds. Turnover number 3. Just got to take care of the basketball. These teams would all be a lot better if they do that. And now I don't know what happened.
Yeah, what has he got?
They threw it in, and the official blew it dead.
Oh, they called a foul on Rita Thurman?
Well.
Isn't that, he did. I think he's saying that she made contact on that inbound throw, but.
Well, I'll go with what you say because I have no idea what he called. It's a foul.
It was, and it was on Rita.
Into the front court comes Smith, guarded by Mooney. She'll drive right lane, drops it inside to Talbot. Her layup's up and good. Great feed that time by Smith. Talbot finished. And we're tied at 2. Gradicky in the backcourt with Mooney. Gets the full court pressure. Mooney picks up her dribble now to Gradicky. She'll get it across the timeline, but it's swatted out of bounds by Bruni. And the Owls will have it at the 28-foot mark right below us. 5:50 to play here in the first. We're tied at 2.
And it looks like Skylar Parker is going to come off the bench, give Brea Smith a little bit of a break. Like we mentioned, they don't want her to get in foul trouble. They're going to need her on the court.
Parker, a freshman, and on the inbounds, he got a backcourt violation. Ison touched it, then went and got it into the backcourt. That's a problem. Or the 4th turnover of the game on the Owls. Another low-scoring affair and a slow start as 2-2 is our score. Parker has it now into the paint. Kicks it right corner to Talbot. Her shot from 15 is good.
Stacia Talbot with all 4 points for the Clopton Lady Hawks here as they take the 2-point lead.
Mooney to throw it in, gets it to, or check that Thurman to Mooney. Up to Gradicky. Gradicky picks up the dribble in a double team now. Hands it back to Mooney. They're going to have to hustle to beat the count, and Coach Robert James is going to call a timeout to save the turnover. We'll step aside as well. 5:26 to play in the first. Clopton leads at 4-2. Listen to Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Night Owls Cafe, Gypsy Soul Salon and Boutique, and CarQuest.
Here to answer all your automotive questions, Eisenbath Auto and Supply in Silex, with parts, tools, and equipment to keep you and your farm or business operating smoothly with quality that stands the test of time. All this plus Napa know-how. Eisenbath Auto and Supply, Highway E in Silex.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Young Enterprises, Family Drug, and Brown's Smokehouse Meats.
Well, we'll check in with Mark and Ethan here in just a little bit and see if we can get a game break from the Bowling Green-Winfield matchup. Right now, Bowling Green still leads by the score of 10-5 in the second quarter.
4-2 here. Clopton on top. Silex with the ball after the timeout against the full court pressure. Thurman gets it into the front court. Dribbles to the right corner. Reverses dribble. Now gets it inside to Gradicky, and she'll be fouled by Talbot. That's where Silex wants to go. They want their offense to run through Gradicky. And if she can get it to the hole, take it. If not, she'll kick it to one of the guards, and they'll probably penetrate. Thurman's going to shoot one from 17. It's off the mark, no good. Long rebound to Yates on the far sideline. She'll get it back to Bruni. Bruni now into the front court. Left wing to Parker. Parker dribbles into the paint to the right block. It's swatted away by Mooney. Loose on the floor, and we're going to have a tie.
Tell you what, that was really heads-up playing there by Mooney to make sure she swatted the basketball, didn't make contact to draw the foul. She's another one that the Owls are going to want to stay on the court as much as possible.
Smith back in for Clopton. Owls have it right in the middle of their bench with 4:58 to play in the first. Thurman in the backcourt to Mooney. Up the left sideline into the front court now with some space. Gets it off to Ison. Kicks it back to Mooney. She'll pull up from 15. Front of the rim, no good. Ison with the offensive rebound. Her shot's partially blocked, but Hall grabs the rebound. She'll put it up in her crowd, but she traveled.
Tell you what, though, Maddie Hall did a nice job of towing that line along the baseline to make sure she didn't go out of bounds and the ball didn't go out of bounds. Tried to create a little bit of space there, but had to take an extra step and ended up traveling.
2 points, the biggest lead for either club so far tonight. Hawks have it right now. It's swatted out of bounds by Mooney into the Silex bench, and that's where the Lady Hawks will have it. Go ahead.
Brooke Jarrett checking in the basketball game now for Stacia Talbot for the Hawks.
Carly Ellis comes in for Maddie Hall for the Owls.
And I heard Carly Ellis put on quite a show on Monday night.
I cannot confirm or deny. Smith gets it, dribbles into a double team. We have another jump ball. And this time it will go to Clopton.
Yeah, I'd have to look back at Mark's text, but I feel like he said it was basically Ellis versus the entire other team, which was Woodinfield.
On the inbounds play, they get it to Parker. She's underneath, can't find a spot, and she's whiffled for 3 seconds. Fourth turnover.
Turnovers kind of stacking up for both teams here in the first. Hopefully they'll calm down.
On the inbounds pass, Silex turns it over.
Well, I tell you what.
Bite your tongue.
Yeah. Brea Smith kind of come in as they held the ball high above their head. Brea Smith kind of came in and swatted it like a volleyball and unfortunately went right to Coach Robert James's head.
Talbert back in for the Hawks. On the inbound, stolen away by Silex, and they lose the handle back to Clopton. Additional turnovers in this game. They'll need a larger spot. And now Clopton gets it inside, and it's stolen away by Gradicky. Off to Mooney. Mooney into the front court, outside the right wing now, looks inside to the head of the key to Ison. She'll get it off to Thurman. She hollers play number 3. She'll pull up ahead of the key on a pick and roll with Gradicky and drains it. Rita Thurman with the first 3-pointer of the night, and the Owls retake the lead at 5-4. Parker comes back quickly to Smith over on the right wing. She'll penetrate right baseline, reverse pivot, up and under, and good. Ooh, a nice move, split the double team. And Brea Smith with her first points of the night. And another lead change as the Hawks lead at 6-5, and now Smith will be called for her second foul.
Oh, she's going to get in trouble as Jasmine Hammett will come in for her.
Yeah, that was kind of an unforced foul there. But she picks up number 2 nonetheless, and she'll go to the bench. Hawks lead at 6-5. Thurman into the front court now, dribbles through a double team, has it swatted away, stolen by Parker. Parker heads the other way. She stops, puts it up off the glass, no good, and Ellis with the rebound for Clopton, or Silex, I should say. Her pass is deflected and goes out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lady Owls. 3:16 to play in the first quarter.
Well, I tell you what, I know we don't have a big score here, but this game is fun.
They're going at it.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about it for years. It doesn't matter when these two teams play each other. It's going to be physical.
Ison dribbles into the double team, stolen away by Bruni. Bruni throws it ahead to Parker. She's got Gradicky with her, and she swats it out of bounds, but they're going to call a foul on Sarah Gradicky. Her first.
And really, if that's what Clopton, that's what Clopton wants. They want Gradicky to get into foul trouble and get her off the court, just like, Silex is hoping to keep, the tall girls off there, and Brea Smith.
Parker with the first free throws of the night for either club. High arcing free throws, short. She'll get a second.
So Jarrett returning, also coming in for the first time, Tori Mudd. And if you thought everybody was getting after the basketball before, you ain't seen nothing yet. Tori Mudd is fun to watch, and she's aggressive after going after that basketball.
Second free throw by Parker is an air ball. 6-5, the Hawks still lead it, however, 2:59 to play in the first.
Bowling Green has increased their lead, or they're now leading 12-9 over Winfield, still in the second quarter in the other gym.
Gradicky in a double team to Thurman, now to Mooney. Mooney with some space, dribbles it into the key area, back to Mudd. Her threes front of the rim, no good. That was Tori. Ellis with the rebound, inside to Gradicky, right block. She backs down Yates, and it won't go. Now we have a whistle and a foul on the rebound by Gradicky.
Yeah, so Gradicky's going to go to the free throw line, shoot 2. As Clopton picks up their 4th team foul. They're called that on Bruni, her first.
And Sarah Gradicky to the line for the first time tonight. It's good. She'll get a second. Where's number 25?
Knotted at 6 apiece here, 2:39 to go in the first.
She'll get a second. Second free throw is off the mark, and the rebound off to Hammett. To Yates, up quickly now to Jarrett. Jarrett dribbles it into the paint. She's going to the glass. This partially blocked, no good. Mooney picks up the loose ball. She turns on the Jets up the left sideline. Tracked down by Bruni. Now to the block. Gets it underneath. It's deflected, loose on the floor, and the Hawks come away with the steal once again. That's Yates. She'll get it to Bruni. Bruni splits the double team and heads the other way. Ahead of the pack to Parker. Her layup's up, no good. Rebounds loose. Jarrett gets it. She'll put it up. It won't go, but we've got a whistle and a foul.
Really, that's just everybody rushing their shots. They hear footsteps running from the opposing team behind them and get a little excited there, and going to have to just calm those nerves.
Foul's going to go against Mooney.
Nope, they tagged Thurman with her second.
First free throws up and no good by Brooke Jarrett. She's a freshman as well.
So Maddie Hall and Taya Williams into the game now for Silex as Gradicky and Thurman take a breather.
Only one senior on either one of these teams. That would be Taylor Howard for the Owls. Second free throw back of the rim, no good. Long rebounds deflected into the corner, tracked down by Mooney. Mooney on the dribble now, into the front court. Looks behind her, sees Parker coming, so she does a 360. Now right side to Hall. Check that as Williams is into the game. Mudd now gets it in the high post to Hall. Hall steps back, hands it off to Mooney. Mooney penetrates in. She finds a space up off the glass and good.
Nice heads-up play there by Mooney to find the hole and make it count.
Owls lead back to 2 at 8-6. Bruni now reverse pivots into the paint, and she'll be fouled. Will they call it on the floor or on the shot?
I believe they called it on the floor.
It is.
Occasionally I can get a call right. Here comes Riley Kuntz, the freshman coming in the game for Madeline Bruni. Kuntz wears number 15 for the Hawks.
Foul on Taya Williams. They get it on the inbounds to Jarrett. To Parker. Now near corner to Yates. In the high post to Jarrett. She'll put a shot up. It's no good. She's tried to save it in bounds, and it's going to go out of bounds. And Silex touched it last.
Yeah.
Ellis, it was going to be off of Clopton, and she just barely let it touch her fingertip.
Yep.
And so the Hawks will get it back with 1:27 to play here in the first. 8-6, still our scores. Clopton's trails. They get it into Jarrett. She's outside the arc. Crossover dribble, hands it off to Hammett. Hammett drives into the paint. Down low to Parker. Back out to Yates, right wing. Yates, spin dribble there, goes nowhere. Skip pass across the paint to Parker. Check that, it's Kuntz. Kuntz.
Now Parker.
Back to Parker. Inside now to Yates, cutting to the glass. Her shot's no good, but there's a whistle and the foul. And Shanna Yates will get free throws now.
All right, now Clopton is 0 for 4 from the charity stripe. We'll see if Yates can break that for the Hawks.
Have to see who the foul's on. It's on Taya Williams, her second. And the first free throw by Yates off the glass and no good. It's one thing for Clopton to miss free throws, but they haven't been real close so far.
No.
See if Yates can convert the second one. Off the back of the ring, no good. And Mooney with the rebound. Down to a minute to play in the first. Mooney dribbles all the way to the corner, now to the baseline. Gets it to
Williams.
Williams, her shot's off the mark. Hall with the rebound, it won't go. And it goes out of bounds off of Clopton.
It looks like Winfield's trying to make it a game with Bowling Green in the middle school gym. They're still win the first half, but right now Bowling Green leads 17-11.
Mooney to throw it in for the Owls. Gets it into Hall. She'll spin into the middle paint. Ball fakes up from 10. No good. Yates swats it out. Corralled by Tori Mudd. She'll go to the glass, and we've got an illegal screen, I believe, is going to be the call.
I do. I believe they held it up from Maddie Hall. We'll wait and see if that's right.
You're correct.
It is.
So the Hawks will get it back. 44 seconds to play.
So Bruni's returned along with Smith, Hammett, Talbert, and Yates for the Hawks. For the Owls, we've Taylor Howard, or excuse me, that's Williams, Ellis, Mudd, Mooney, and Hall, I believe.
Under a minute to play. Bruni on the dribble.
You sure about that? Got your tongue.
Got a frog in my throat all of a sudden.
As Bruni's dribbling up around the top of the key, worked in there by Williams, trying to burn some clock. Crossover dribble and dishes it off to Smith. Smith to Yates. You ready? Are you good now?
I got it. Yates in between the circles. It'll clear up in a second. Give me a second. Bruni with 5. Spins to the paint. Goes to the glass. Up. No good. Bounds loose. Smith with the rebound. Putbacks up. Spun around the rim. Did a full 360 and fell out. Your score at the end of the first quarter. The Silex Owls 8. The Clopton Hawks 6. And this is the Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Eisenbath Auto and Supply, Remax Realty Shop agent Kelly Crane, and the Cross Lumber Company in Vandalia.
Hi, I'm Kelly Crane with Remax Realty Shop in Bowling Green. I know what it's like to be on the hunt for the perfect home, and sometimes it can be stressful. As a Remax agent, I'm dedicated to helping my clients find the home of their dreams. I'm committed to making your real estate experience memorable and enjoyable as an agent and as a neighbor. If you or someone you know are looking to sell or buy a home in Bowling Green or the surrounding area, give me a call. Kelly Crane, 573-470-3009.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
We're going to take a quick Eagle 102 game break to check in with Mark and Ethan in the other gym.
Down to 15 seconds, 17-13. 4-point game here in the second quarter, waning moments of the first half. Charlton takes it to the hoop, cut it too fine. Little contact from behind. Now ball loose, down to 2 seconds. And it's going to be Bowling Green ball, 1.3 seconds to go in the first half. How about a long inbound pass like cross corner or something? Get a touch three at the buzzer. That ain't going to happen, is it? They go to the near side off the glass. And Kaylin Charlton is a little wide on that one. Bowling Green will have to settle for a 4-point lead, 17-13 over the Winfield Warriors as we have.
That's been an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froelich.
Owls have it to start the second quarter. Three-pointer on the way by Tori Mudd. It's no good. Gradicke with the rebound. And we've got a whistle on a foul.
It looks like they're going to hit Bruni with another foul. She's got her second.
Smith had the fear of God in her face. She thought
did.
it was her third. So Mooney will throw it in right side of the paint. Gets it to Mudd in the far corner. Now to Gradicke outside the arc. Back to Mooney. She's open for three. Left corner. It's an air ball. Tracked down by Williams. Williams now to Gradicke. Gradicke had Hall in the high post but didn't get it to her. Back to Mooney between the circles now. 8-6. Silex on top. Mudd drives baseline. She's got some space up and off the rim. No good. And the rebound, they're going to say a foul on Silex.
Okay, so I wasn't the only one.
Silex had the inside position, but somehow Williams is going to pick up the foul, and that's going to be her third.
Yeah.
So Taya, tough luck for her. She hadn't been in there a whole lot. She's got 3 fouls, and Maddie Isom will return for her. We'll walk to the other end, and Stacia Talbot will see if she can break the free throw streak, and she does.
Brings it within 1. 8-7 is our score here.
Hawks had not made one up to that point. They were 0 for 6 in the first quarter from the free throw line. Second one is good as well.
Knotted at 8 all.
And she's got 6 of the 8. Does Talbot. 7 minutes to play in the half. They get it ahead to Hall. Her layup with the left hands up and good. Made a nice reverse pivot after she caught that ball. Found herself all alone. Made the layup. Bruni now into the front court with the Hawks trailing by 2 to Smith. Smith back to Bruni on the left wing. Man-to-man defense by Silex. Right wing to Yates now. Yates holds it above her head, now puts it on the floor. To the elbow, flips it back to Bruni. She's open 3, right wing, short, no good. Ball going to go in the far corner, and Mooney tried to save it. Nope, that was Isom, but she fell out of bounds. And it'll go back to the Hawks. Again, that's just basketball IQ. That ball's going out of bounds off of Clopton.
Yep. But I like the aggressiveness.
You got to love the hustle. Yates throws it in, caught by Hammett. She'll hand it back to Smith. Down to 6:20 to play here in the half. We're tied. No, check that. It's 10-8. Silex. Smith spins out of trouble, hands it back to Hammett. Now to Yates. Yates a deep 3. It's off the mark, no good. Mooney with the rebound for Silex. She'll head the other way across the timeline. Left corner to Mudd. She'll shoot the 3. It's off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Smith. She'll look to run. Doesn't have numbers, so she'll slow down, but they're going to say she carried it. So turnover number 7 on the Hawks. 10 already for the Owls. And the Lady Owls will have it back.
So Smith is going to get another breather as Skylar Parker returns for the Hawks.
Mooney in the backcourt now, throws it away, but Bruni couldn't control it. Goes out of bounds between the bench and the score table on the Clopton end this time. Robert James and Devin Streed, the coaches for these two clubs.
Of course, Robert was the coach at Silex while Devin played for Clopton.
That tells you how old he is. On the inbounds pass, it's stolen by Clopton, overthrown pass to Isom. Hammett gets it back to Bruni. To Yates, had the key, down low to Talbot. Talbot, mid-paint area, has it stolen by Isom. Back-to-back turnovers once again. That's about the 4th time I've said that tonight.
I know.
Mooney to the left sideline. Squeezes her way to the short corner, kicks it back to Hall. Her shot's off the mark, no good. Rebound to Parker. Ahead to Yates. Yates into paint to Talbert, cutting to the glass. Her shot's no good. Hall with the rebound for the Owls. She'll give it back to Mooney. Down to 5:10 to play in the first half. Mooney, right wing, gets it to Gradicke. She's outside the arc. She want to hand it off to Mooney and does. Mooney reverses field to the right wing, and it's knocked out of bounds by Parker. And the Owls will have it right here below us. Head of the key extended. 5 minutes to play. We're in the second quarter, 10-8. Clopton on top. Mooney.
Much like the first game, a lot of shots are being taken, just not many are going in the hole.
And they get it inside, and it goes through the hands of Hall, and the Owls will turn it over again. Number 12 in the first half. That's about what they'd like to see in a game.
Yeah.
Clopton not far behind with 8. Into the front court now comes Parker. She'll dribble to the elbow, gets into the paint, puts it up off the glass, and scores.
Little one-handed floater in there.
And now we have a whistle, and there's something on the floor. They pick that up, and we'll reset play. A little surprised Clopton's still not pressing.
Yeah. But Silex has the speed. I mean, it wouldn't take much if they broke that press for them to be at the other end with a nice layup. So
Parker up. They're going to try and jump half court. It's what they're going to try and do. And Gradicke throws away, so it worked. Another turnover stolen by Talbert. Off to Bruni. Bruni with the Jets on, stops and gets it back to Yates. She'll shoot a deep three. It's off the mark, no good. Rebounds loose, picked up by Mooney.
And we're about to find those Jets.
Mooney's got a 2-on-1 with Hall. She'll take it to the glass herself, no good. Hall with the rebound, put back, no good. Mooney has the rebound knocked out of her, hands by Talbert, out of bounds, back to the Owls.
So Brooke Jarrett going to check back in this basketball game along with Riley Kuntz to get a little height in there. And Coach Robert James wants to take a timeout. We'll do the same. 4:05 to go here in the first half. We're knotted at 10 apiece as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Advanced Physical Therapy, PJ Salon, and Center Locker Service.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Make your wallet happy. Is your wallet happy?
No, my wallet's never happy.
That's kind of the way I feel. 10-10 our score here as we debate finances. 4:05 to play in the second. Silex has it after the timeout underneath their own basket. They get it to the head of the key to Ison. Back to Mudd, now to Mooney in the near corner. Mooney dribbles out of the corner now. Looks like Clopton's going to go into a 2-3 zone maybe. Yep, they sure are. Left wing to Mudd. Into the post area to Hall. She makes a nice catch. Now gets it to Gradicke in the paint. Her shot's up no good. Gets her own rebound. Put back up. No good. Hall with the rebound. Her fadeaway's up and good. Maddie Hall stuck with it. She's got 4.
Try, and try again.
Exactly, and it's a 12-10 lead for the Owls. Down to 3:30 to play in the half. Right wing to Yates. Hits a cutting Kuntz to the bucket. It won't go, and Owls with the rebound, and they say she traveled, and I believe that was Isom. So another turnover on the Owls as Hall would have had a wide-open layup if it weren't for the traveling violation. Our Maddie taking pictures tonight down on the baseline.
Yeah, she'll have those posted probably later this evening or first thing tomorrow.
Need to get a picture of us. Not really. Inbounds pass is deflected. It goes off of Jarrett's knee and out of bounds. We've got faces. Well, I've got a face for radio.
No, we have a face for radio. It's fine.
So we don't need any pictures. Down to 3:19 to play. Into the front court. Mooney gets it over to Mudd. Mudd to Gradicke at the free throw line. Right wing now to Ison. Ison. Skip past left wing to Mudd. Down inside to Hall on the left block. Her shot's no good. Rebounds loose. It's going to go off of Ison back to the Hawks. 3:05 to play. 12-10 our score.
So Talbert, Smith, and Bruni returning the ball game for Kuntz, Hammett, and Jarrett. Wait a minute. Do they have enough players? Oh, yeah, they are. I missed Yates standing out over. I'm like, yeah, not everybody can leave. It's not how this works.
Yates was shadowed by the official. You couldn't see around him.
That's right.
Back come the Hawks. Smith, left wing, man-to-man by Silex. To Talbert outside the arc. She's probably not going to shoot it from there. Guarded by Gradicke.
You'd be surprised.
Gets it to Yates. Yates hits it to Cutting Bruni across the paint. Her left-handed baby hook's blocked, and now we have a jump ball.
Kuntz didn't come out of the ball game. It was Parker that came out as Kuntz got in there and tied it up.
With Tori Mudd, who will now leave for Ellis, and Taylor Howard in for the first time for Silex. Hall will also take the seat. Yates to throw it in for the Hawks, left baseline. Looks, gets it into Bruni near corner. Dribbles to the elbow, now into the paint, across the paint, and runners up, no good, but she'll be fouled.
It looks like Taylor may have picked up the foul.
And Bruni will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. It is on Howard. Her first. Bruni hasn't scored tonight.
Yes,
now
she
has. She makes the first. Man, Coach Streed running them in like a hockey game. In and out, in and out, in and out.
It's kind of a new look this evening for them on that, but I'm guessing that after facing the same opponent twice, you've learned a lesson or two.
I have a theory about that. Second free throw is off, no good. Silex with the rebound. And Isom's going to be fouled by Bruni.
Well, that's okay. Bruni's probably on her way back out.
Yeah, that's her third.
Yeah, here comes Riley Kuntz.
Just the 6th team foul. So no free throws yet for the Owls. They were 1 for 2 in the first quarter. No full court pressure this time as Mooney guarded by Parker with the left hand. She spins into the front court near wing to Isom. Her pass is deflected and saved in by Mudd, and it's thrown out of bounds. I checked that. It was Ellis. Threw it over Isom's head. The 15th turnover.
Brea Smith on her way back in. She's going to come in for Kuntz. I tell you what, I got to tell you, though, Jim, looking over at the Silex bench, it's nice to see a nice full bench for the Lady Owls again.
That it is. Kids don't want to play as much as they used to. I don't understand that either. In the high post to Talbot. Hawks have it. She hands it off to Parker, but she dribbles it off her knee. Out of bounds. Turnover number 10 on the Hawks. 12-11. Yep, you're right. 12-11. 2:11 to play in the second. Pass ahead to Isom. She'll dribble to the right block. Up off the glass. No good. Gradicke with the rebound. Her putback won't go. Rebound now to Ellis. She kicks it outside to Mooney, and she said, let's start this over again. Dribbles out to the circle, and we'll reset it. On a pick and roll with Gradicke. Now gets it to Howard, left wing. Howard traveled. I'll tell you, you'll be out of turnover space in the first half.
I thought Kuntz was on her way back in.
Gonna have to widen my cells on my Excel spreadsheet, huh?
Yeah.
12-11, still the score. Silex still on top. Biggest lead by either team in this game has been 2. Hadn't been the prettiest basketball, but it's been close and competitive from the outset. Talbot with it above her head outside the arc. Now to Yates. Yates on the left wing, dribbles a couple times. Picks it up now, right wing to Hammett. Hammett will shoot the 3. It's front of the rim, no good. Rebound off to Ellis. Back to Mooney. Mooney into the front court, still has her dribble. Right wing now to Isom. She'll shoot the 3 off the back ring, no good. Hammett swats it out and tracks it down in front of the score table, then throws it away. And then they say Isom traveled. As we are checking, that was Mooney, as we had a collision between her and Gradicke.
Yeah, I hear some upset fans, but I'm not sure what you want them to call when you collide with your own player.
1:02 to play in the first half.
There's that awesome number again. 1:02.
Hey, we did that before. That's twice tonight, didn't it?
Yep. Last game we did that.
102.1. They don't have tenths up there. That's what it was. Yates to the bucket, and she charges. Runs right over the top of Gradicke.
Gradicke had her position established well ahead of time.
And the first foul on Yates will give it back to the Lady Owls with 57 seconds to play. Kuntz back in for Smith for the Hawks. Now here comes some full court pressure. Ellis will get it into Mooney. She'll jump up in the air to Ison. Now into the high post to Gradicke. Left-handed spin to the hoop and scores. Oh, nice move that time by Sarah Gradicke. Her third point of the night. And the lead is 3, the biggest of the game. Hammett goes to the buckets. Blocked by Gradicke. She saves it inbounds. Ison will swat it back inbounds, and it goes to the Hawks. To Yates. Inside now all alone is Kuntz. Her layup's up and good. Now we got a little up and down action going. And we've got a whistle on a traveling violation after the inbounds pass. It was Ellis with the travel. And the lead is now 1 at 14-13.
Bruni returns into the basketball game for Talbert.
25 ticks to play in the half. Hammett to trigger it in. Free throw line extended right here below us. To Yates. Down to 22. Will they hold for 1? Man-to-man defense by the Owls. Hands it off to Parker. As they run some clock, down to 10. Smith has it. They need to go. Down to 8. You're going to wait too long. Smith dribbles in. She'll shoot a wild one up off the glass. No good. Rebound to Howard. Off to Ison. She won't get a shot away, and that's the way the first half will end. The Silex Lady Owls 14. The Clopton Lady Hawks 13. You listen to the Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Well, this is kind of a repeat performance of the first semifinal. That semifinal at half was 13-9.
Yeah.
This one at halftime, the Owls lead it 14-13 over the Clopton Lady Hawks, and I think I mentioned it during the broadcast. It's been close, it's been competitive, but just not very well played.
Well, we talked about it, a lot last game. We talked about it already earlier. This game, it's not like they're not taking the shots. We can't say that they're just turning the ball over, going
down.
Oh,
yeah, we can. 18 turnovers for Silex, 13 for Clopton.
Oh, my numbers, I must have missed a couple of, but that's okay. But I mean, they are taking the shots. They're not going. I mean, Clopton is 3 for 10 from the charity stripe. 3 for 10.
They are.
If my numbers are right this time.
That is correct. And the Owls haven't got to the free throw line.
They're 1 for 2.
1 for 2. Yeah, but I mean, compared to 10.
Yeah. So, we talk about it all the time. Free throws. You got to make your free throws. You got to make your free throws. Well, there's 7 points right there. For the Hawks that they've kind of left, and they didn't even make a free throw until the second quarter when Stacia Talbert, when Madeline Bruni came up, was 1 for 2. So, it's just shots aren't falling for anyone tonight. But like you said, at least this game is close. It's competitive. It's fun to watch.
It is that for sure, and we're glad to have you with us. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with that halftime scoring. And again, I'll let the math wizard Marianne handle that. It's the Owls over the Hawks. 14-13. We're at half of the Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, Calumet of Missouri, and Hayden's Motorsports Center.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green, and we've got the lot looking good and ready to go. We've got something for everybody's budget. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. The Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
I'm Tylee Mills, the CEO of Pike County Memorial Hospital. You've heard it from your friends, family, and even neighbors. They choose Pike County Memorial Hospital. Quality care from quality people. Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
The most complete coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Well, I'm going to do some quick scoring, and then we're going to send it over to the other gym for an update as that game's gotten really close in the third. So scoring for Clopton, Brea Smith, Skyla Parker, Riley Kuntz each have 2. Madeline Bruni has added a free throw, and Stacia Talbert has 6 on the night. As we mentioned, they are 3 for 10 from the charity stripe. For the Silex Lady Owls, Abigail Mooney and Maddie Isom each have 2. Rita Thurman and Sarah Gradicke with 3, and Maddie Hall is leading scoring for the Owls with 4, and they are 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So that's going to take care of some scoring. Let's get an Eagle 102 game break with Mark and Ethan with the Bowling Green Lady Bobcats and the Winfield Lady Warriors.
Now they get it to Charlton in the near corner, rims out, and the rebound pulled down by Reagan Gabert. Ahead for Winfield. That shot kind of wild as they try to cross over, coming across the lane. Here comes Bowling Green again. Womack runs into trouble, and we're going to have a tie-up. Yep, it's going to be Winfield ball. That's the correct call by the official on the near side. The contact was after the ball had been tied up, and it was caused by Womack continuing forward. Here's Davidson with it. Almost stripped from behind by Womack. Goes to the far side now for Leanne Ford. Ford gets it up to the near side for Boschert. She's in a peck of trouble. To steal a line from Jim Ross. To the middle of the lane. Parr is blocked. And finally, Bowling Green comes away with the ball. Ends up in the hands of Kaylin Charlton. Now to Dieters. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Winfield ahead by a point. Work it down low. Womack off the glass, no good. Brown's put back, no good. How about another? No good. And the rebound taken by Elena Parr. And here comes Winfield again, and Brown going to be called for a personal. Ryan Brown commits her first foul. Just the third foul against the Lady Cats here in the second half. Comes with 1:43 to play. And back in comes Sid.
All right, that's an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froenig. Right now, Winfield leads Bowling Green by 1, 24-23. We're going to take our last break here on the Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report. We'll be back with second half action next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Royal Banks, and CMC Distributing and Manufacturing.
One multi-sports complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One multi-sports complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile. With the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account, you'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repairs. Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM, brought to you by Community State Bank of Missouri, County Market in Louisiana, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
14-13 here in the high school gym. Got two good games going tonight. We're on radio and video. Mark is on with Ethan over in the middle school gym, and they're on video only. So if you want to flip that on your laptop and turn on the radio, you can get both games. Or we actually have a little picture-in-a-picture on our video here showing that game in the middle school as well. And we'll have our audio with it. So neither team led by more than 3. Silex with that biggest lead of 3. Clopton led by 2. The game has been tight the entire way, and we'll see if these coaches have convinced these players to clean up the handling of the basketball. As turnovers there are more turnovers in this game total than points. That's never a good thing.
No, I think that's one of those things that the coaches frown upon.
30 turnovers total, only 27 points. The Hawks are out. They've got Parker, Hammett, Smith, Yates, and Talbert will start the second half.
Well, Bruni's sitting on the bench with 3 fouls, so that's why she was in the starting lineup but not there.
Bruni with 3 and Taya Williams with 3 for the Owls. Williams didn't start and picked up her fouls in a hurry.
Again, you can't take them with you when the game's over, so you might as well use them.
That's your theory.
My theory.
Thurman, Mooney, Gradicky, Isom, and Hall for the Lady Owls as they'll have it to start the second half, moving from our right to our left on your radio dial. Moody with it in the back court, gets it into the front court, into a double team, dribbles out of it, now gets it to Thurman in the corner. She drives left baseline, loses a handle, it goes out of bounds.
Not quite sure that's how Coach Robert James wanted the half to start.
Another unforced error, 19 turnovers. Can someone get it going offensively? That's the question. Smith now with it against the man-to-man defense. Spins around, gets it back to Parker. Parker drives baseline up off the glass, no good. Talbert high for the rebound, puts it on the floor, and that's trouble. And it's swatted away and stolen by the Owls, so a turnover for the Hawks. Back comes Mooney up the right sideline. Gets it to the elbow to Hall. She ball fakes, gives it back to Thurman. Right corner now to Mooney. Mooney decides not to shoot it, and it looks like Clopton's going to drop in a 1-2-2 zone. I like that. Make him shoot it from the outside. Thurman's going to try it and misses. And Yates with the rebound. I'd do it on both ends if it was me. Somebody'd have to win this game from beyond the arc. But Clopton still against this man-to-man defense. Parker with it, guarded by Thurman. To the right wing, gets it to Smith outside the arc now. As Parker runs by her, Smith will dribble and loses her footing and travel. Nope, they didn't call travel. They called a timeout.
Yeah, Coach Street took a timeout. We'll take one as well. 6:38 to go here in the third. Silex leads Clopton by 1 as you're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McMailer & Sons Backhoe and Excavating, Craig Bowen CPA, and Beinhoff Funeral Homes.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. Call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock, agent, and Perkins Electrical Services.
Hammett to throw it in for the Hawks after their timeout. Lobs it over the top, caught by Smith right at the top of the key to Yates. Yates just about 3 steps to the left over, puts it on the floor to the elbow into the paint with left-handed runners, no good. And Mooney with the rebound for the Lady Owls. She'll head the other way, gets it up to Ison, and she got away with the travel and then throws it away. Stolen by Parker. Second turnover of the half, 20 in the game. Hammett back quickly to Parker. She'll shoot the 3. It's good.
Dude, that was nothing but net.
I obviously have no preference either way of who wins this game. I just want to see the ball start going in the bucket. Back come the Owls to Gradicke from the free throw line. It's off the glass, no good. Yates with the rebound. She has it down around her waist, and they'll tie her up for the jump ball. But it'll stay with the Hawks.
Oh, I agree. I think we all would like. I think everybody in this gym would like to see the ball go through the hoop a little bit more often.
16-14, matching the biggest lead of the night for the Owls. And now on the pass up the court, Hammett's going to be fouled by
Maddie
Hall, her second.
And really, there was nothing Maddie Hall could do about it once she started lunging for that basketball. She was in air, and she was going to make contact no matter what.
You can't fault the effort. They're both getting after it for
They
sure.
are.
Smith throws it in right here below us. At the center court stripe, into the back court to Parker, back to Smith. She'll drive down the paint, find some space, gets it on the glass. It won't go. Gradicke has the rebound, but Talbot knocks it out of her hands. And it'll go back to the Lady Owls with 5:46 to play in the third. 16-14, Hawks lead it. Hawks the 2 seed, Owls the 3 seed. They will get Van Far, who upset Elsberry if you're just joining us. 35-26 in the first semifinal. Elsberry the 1 seed. Thurman goes to the glass and scores for the Lady Owls.
And we're knotted at 16 all.
Little full court token pressure man by Silex. Doesn't bother the Hawks. Smith actually dribbles through all of them. Gets it into the middle paint, kicks it back to Yates, head of the key. Holds it above her head, right wing to Hammett. Hammett puts it on the floor, backs up, shoots it from 17, short. Rebounds loose on the floor, picked up by Thurman, and she traveled. Took off running with it.
Bruni checking in now for Smith. Now Bruni again playing with 3 fouls.
She'll throw it in right where Coach Streed should be sitting. She's needing help. Gets it to Parker in the far corner. She'll drive into the paint, kicks it outside to Talbot from 8, no good. And it'll go off of Bruni out of bounds on the rebound.
It was a nice play drawn up as they shot it right across the paint to Talbot. It just hit off the back of that rim, just wrong, bounced right out.
5:06 to play here in the third. We're tied at 16. 2 low-scoring games, low-scoring games. Into the front court now. Mudd gets it down low to Hall. She pivots out of trouble. Her shot from the block misses everything, but Thurman's there for the rebound. Her putback's up, no good. Yates with the rebound for the Hawks. She'll pass it ahead to Parker. Parker 2-on-2 with Hammett. Dribbles to the right wing. Stops, gets it to a cutting Talbot. She'll go to the glass, no good, but she's fouled by Hall.
And that'll be Hall's third.
She will. And to the free throw line.
Stacia Talbot.
That's a fact. She's had the most luck so far from the line for the Lady Hawks. Let's see if it continues. So far, so good. She made the first. She'll get a second as Carly Ellis checks in for Hall for the Owls.
Smith going to return to the basketball game for Parker.
17-16 our score. 4:40 to play in the third. Talbot with the second. It's good as well. She's perfect from the line, 4 for 4. She's got 8 of the 18 for the Lady Hawks. They lead by 2, 18-16. Little three-quarter court trap now by the Hawks, and the Owls throw it away. Well, they would have thrown it away.
Yeah.
But
Brea Smith thought
tried
she
to
could
grab it, and it fell off her fingertips, so no turnover for either club. The Owls will maintain possession. Mooney gets it down to Ellis. It goes right through her hands and off of her forehead and out of bounds. That's when you're having a bad day there.
That is true.
It goes through your hands and smacks you right upside the head. After another turnover, the fourth of the half, 22 in the game for Silex. Hawks have it right wing to Hammett. It's the man-to-man. She'll hand it off to Yates. Now right wing to Smith. Smith, ball fakes, gets some space, goes to the glass, and she'll be fouled by Gradicke, and the bucket goes in.
And that's what Brea Smith has done all season long. She's been trying for it all night. It hasn't fallen for her, and she got one to fall, and we'll see if that's what she continues to do the rest of this half.
Gradicky will pick up her second, and Smith will try and complete the old-fashioned three-point play. And it's short. Mooney with the rebound. Up quickly to Thurman. Thurman right wing, back to Mooney. To Thurman. Inside to Gradicky. She makes a nice catch and scores.
Tell you what, she has a nice spin move in the paint where she can just lob it up with her height.
She's got 5, and it's a 2-point lead for the Hawks at 20-18. Bruni now guarded by Thurman. In between the circles, still has her dribble. Kicks it left wing to Yates. In the shuffle cut, nothing doing. Yates kicks it back to Smith. She's open for 3, decides to penetrate. Gets it to the paint and pushes off.
Yep, she does.
And it's an offensive foul.
That's her third as well.
Everybody in the Silex contingent that's sitting here in front of us, they called that first.
Yeah, they did.
So the Owls will get it back. Mooney with Thurman. They'll get it across the timeline. Now to Ellis. Ellis gets it inside to Gradicky. She'll kick it ahead of the key to Mooney. Her three's up front of the rim. No good. Gradicky tries to track down the rebound in the corner, but it goes out of bounds.
Oh, look at Mr. Hendricks down there wanting to get his hands on the basketball.
Is that Adrian?
No, that's Donnie.
Oh, Donnie. Okay.
I think.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't see because of the official.
Yeah, I think it's Donnie and then Mike Grody. They're the sportsmanship.
Sportsmanship.
Yep.
Judges. Hawks get it in and get some man pressure by the Owls. Back to Yates. She gets into the front court, no problems. Guarded by Ellis. Into the high post to Parker. Down low to Talbot. Her shot no good. And Mooney tracks down the rebound. She'll skip it out to Thurman. Actually, the Gradicky who hands it off to Thurman. And Thurman will head to the offensive end. Mooney skip pass over to Mudd. Torrey fakes the 3. Head of the key to Thurman. Now left wing to Mooney. She'll shoot the 3. It's off the mark. No good. Rebound to Talbot. Talbot gets it ahead to Parker. Parker one-on-one with Moody. Goes to the glass, but Gradicky comes from behind and swats it up against the wall.
That's a nice block.
Brings the rise out of the crowd. She took a full overhand swing, like spiking a volleyball at that bad boy, and knocked it up against the wall. But it's just out of bounds, back to the Hawks. They have it. Bruni into the paint now to Hammett. She'll penetrate, kicks it back to Yates, head of the key. Yates penetrates against Gradicky, outside the arc now, still has her dribble. To Parker between the circles, right wing to Hammett. Hammett traveled. Had a little shake and bake going there. Second turnover of the half for the Hawks.
They've cleaned up that part.
So far, 14 for the game. They back off of the pressure now, do the Hawks, leading by 2, 20-18, 2:10 to play here in the third quarter. Thurman spins, shoots it from 15. It's no good, and she's going to be fouled. Is that Bruni? If it is, it'll be her
I believe.
fourth.
I can't see the one hand he held up, but yep, that's Bruni's fourth.
And Thurman will go to the line and shoot 2 shots. Her first trip to the charity stripe. She's got 3 on a 3-pointer way back in the first quarter. First free throw, back of the rim, no good.
While we get set for the second, it is still in the fourth quarter. Right now, Winfield leads Bowling Green 38-34.
Let's see if Rita Thurman, the junior, can convert the second free throw. Make this a 1-point game. Back iron again. No good. Hawks head the other way. Yates to Smith. Her shot, left hand's no good. Thurman with the rebound. Off to Mooney. Mooney heads up the left sideline, dogged by Parker. In the high post now to Gradicky, right wing to Tori Mudd. She pick it up, dribble into the paint, tries to get it down low. It's loose on the floor and stolen by the Hawks. And now we've got a whistle and a timeout. Turnover number 5, make it 23 for the game on the Owls. Clopton timeout will step aside as well. 28-18, Hawks lead it, 1:43 to play in the third. You listen to Clopton Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Lynn's Heritage House, and Knight Equipment Company.
Hello, this is Brittany Hinkey with Community State Bank of Missouri. Now is the perfect time to start saving for retirement. Community State Bank offers competitive rates on traditional and Roth IRAs. Unlike most investments, some contributions may be tax deductible, and will grow either tax-deferred or tax-free. Come in and see one of our IRA representatives in Troy or Bowling Green to maximize your savings opportunities today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102, brought to you by Mike's Tire and Service Center, Veolia Landscape Supply, and A Taste of Philly.
Let's take a quick game break over to the other gym with Mark and Ethan.
That's the first on Reagan Gabert. Here's Charlton on the far side. Ball tipped away from her by Parr and taken. Elena Parr, she is pesky. That ball misses, everything goes out of bounds. Back to Bowling Green. Kind of a wasted possession after that nice steal.
That was an Eagle 102 game break with Mark Froelich. It's 38-35 in the fourth. Winfield leads Bowling Green.
28-18 here, and we're obviously not at Clopton. We're at the Bowling Green Invitational.
Hey, I've been fighting it all night.
Yeah, I have some timers. Sometimes I can't remember anything. But the Hawks have it out of the timeout. 1:30 to play in the third. Parker dribbles to the left part of the paint, kicks it out to Yates. To the left elbow, down the paint, left-handed shot's partially blocked. And we've got a whistle on a foul.
Shannon Yates went to the free throw line back in the first and was cold from there. And it's very unusual for the American Legion free throw champion. They call that one on Carly Ellis. It's her first.
Shoot?
Yeah, what is it? The Elks?
The Elks.
The Elks.
Yeah.
Right, the Elks. Sorry. First one's good.
That's a fun little program the Elks has. Pretty cool for the kids, especially the further they advance. She misses the second, however. Gradicke with the rebound and lead back to 3 for the Hawks. Into the front court comes Thurman to Mooney, back to Thurman. Left wing now to Isom. She'll shoot the 3 off the backboard, no good. Smith with the rebound for the Hawks. Dribbles out of trouble. He's got Talbot ahead of the pack, gets it to her. Talbot decides not to shoot. Now she'll pull up from 10, no good. She should have taken it right to the hoop as soon as she caught it. Misses it, now it's head the other way. Mooney, she'll just pull up from 3 in front of the rim, and it crawls over and goes in. Abigail Mooney ties it at 21. We're under a minute to play here in the third. Her 5th point of the night and the first 3 of the second half by either team. Smith goes to the bucket, and the defense parted right like the Red Sea, and she scores an easy layup. So now we got a little up and down action. 23-21, down to 35 seconds to play. Mooney right wing, gets it down low to Ellis. She spins out of trouble and is whistled for the travel.
Yeah, Coach Robert James is going to take a look at these turnovers here and be very unhappy with his
If he
lady.
had any hair, he'd be pulling it out, I can tell you. Mooney will take a seat. And Taylor Howard comes in. Yates to throw it in with 28 seconds. Gets it to Parker, to Smith, into the front court, guarded by Howard. Smith to the right wing, still has her dribble, and loses the handle. It's swatted out and tracked down by Parker with 16. She's out near the center court circle, down to 14 on the dribble. Splits the defense, and we've got a foul. And that'll be on Ellis. The 5th team foul, so the Hawks will have it underneath their own basket with 12 ticks to go in the third. They lead by 2. They get it into Talbot. Now to Smith, head of the key, now to Parker. Parker gets to Yates' far corner. Inside, she tries to force it. It's deflected, stolen by Isom. Isom with 3, with 2, with 1. Will she get to the glass? She does not. She got a shot up, but it was too late. At the end of the third, the Clopton Hawks 23, the Silex Lady Owls 21. Fourth quarter is next on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by McCoy Blossom Funeral Home, Northeast Missouri Title Company, and the Ivins Insurance Agency.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes to the Philadelphian favorite water ice, a taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A taste of Philly. Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
23-21, Hawks lead it as we head to the fourth quarter.
Want to give a quick update from the other gym with it looks like a minute maybe a minute left. Right now, Winfield leads Bowling Green at 38-35. So they got quite a game going on over there as well.
Maybe if we have a little time, we'll try and catch the tail end of that one. You can keep an eye on it. We're close here as well. The Hawks lead 23-21. Owls will have it to start the fourth. Howard to Thurman. She's got Isom, Gradicke, and Ellis with her. Ellis in the paint now, has it swatted away, and they're going to say it's off of Ellis, out of bounds. Another turnover. Hawks get it back. They've had the biggest lead of the game at 4. Silex is led by 3. It's been close the whole way. Yates drives to the paint. Her shot off the glass, no good. Ellis with the rebound for the Owls. Kicks it out to Howard. Howard looks for some help. Now she's going to bring it across the timeline herself. She'll give it to Thurman with 7:30 to play. Into Gradicke in the high post. She'll turn to shoot from 10, no good. Rebound to Hammett. She tries to get it ahead, swats it ahead to Parker, who's ahead of the pack. She'll go to the glass. Her layup's up and good. Skylar Parker with her 7th point of the game, and the lead is back to the biggest of the game, 25-21. Hawks on top. Thurman on the dribble now. Down to Isom. Back to Thurman. Open for 3, right wing. That's off the front of the rim, no good. Long rebounds. Tracked down by Smith. Smith on the run. She'll go straight to the glass. Left-handed layup won't go. Ellis with the rebound. Had a little defensive pressure on her, but couldn't get it to go. Thurman back for the Owls. Backs up and resets thing as Coach James calls 31, whatever that means. I guess we're going to find out here. It's Clopton in the zone defense. Skip pass had the key to Thurman. She'll penetrate inside the arc. Nothing doing there. Right wing now to Howard. Howard back to Thurman between the circles. Down to 6:30 to play in the game. Left corner to Isom. Had the key to Thurman. Back to Isom. Isom kicks it to Thurman on the wing. Now on the high post to Gradicke. Right wing to Howard. Howard steps back, shoots it with the left hand from 17. No good. Nice block out by Hammett, and she'll be fouled. It'll be on Isom.
Her first.
Good job by Hammett that time blocking out and lost her hair rubber band.
Yep, she'll get that taken care of.
Howard to the bench. Back in is Mooney, along with Hall will return, and Ellis will take a seat for the Lady Owls. They trail by 4. Hawks have it in the backcourt. Free throw line extended. Inbounds pass stolen away. Turnover number 3. Back come the Owls. Hall pulls up from 10, front of the rim, no good. Yates with the rebound. Hawks will look to run. Now Yates will pull up as she was about to be caught from behind, gets it to Parker. Parker in the front court now. Dribbles to the head of Key. Still has her dribble, guarded by Mooney. Or check that, it's Thurman. Now she picks up her dribble, gets it to Smith. Smith just beyond the arc, head of the key. Down to 5:40 to play in the game. To Yates. Yates to Parker, head of the key for 3. Good.
Boom.
Spun around about 3 times, but went down. She's got 5 in the quarter. Give her 10 for the game, and the lead is now 7 at 28-21 in the high post to Gradicke. She'll put it up off the glass, no good. Isom with the rebound. Her putback's up. It's no good off the glass. Yates with the rebound. She throws it ahead to Parker. Parker now 1-on-3. Still going to the hole. Nice move to the baseline, but loses the handle. Now she's going to be tied up. And they're going to give her a timeout. She might have got away with the travel, but it looks like they're going to give Clopton a timeout.
Well, Coach Street was over here yelling timeout the entire time.
Well, the officials are going to get together, and they are going to give her a timeout. 28-21, Hawks lead it, 5:10 to play in the game.
We're going to send it over for a quick game break here on Eagle 102.
Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
Okay, maybe we're not. They're in a timeout as well. So let's keep it right here. And, Jim, tomorrow night we have boys semifinal action here for the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament. I think we're going to have some really doozy of some games as well.
Had a couple overtime games last night, so we expect some more fun tomorrow night. Winfield and North Callaway at 7 o'clock. We will not carry that game.
We will actually have video for that game.
Video only.
Video only.
We'll have the Elsberry, Louisiana on both video and radio at 5:30. Then we will have the
Van Far Clopton game online.
At 5, no, that's at 5:30 online. Yep. And then we'll also have on radio Silex and Bowling Green, along with video, that game at 7. So it's Silex, Bowling Green, and Van Far Clopton in the consolation bracket, Winfield, North Callaway, Elsberry, Louisiana in the championship bracket. Out of the timeout, the Hawks have it. They lead by 7. Parker hands it off to Smith. She backs up between the circles, now tries to control it with 5 minutes to go in the game. Still has a dribble guarded by Mooney. Crosses it over, gets it to Parker, left wing, and we've got a whistle and a illegal screen, I think.
I believe that's what they're going to call.
Just call it on Hammett, I believe. Her first. And the Owls will get it back. They need a bucket. Mooney now, left wing, gets the Hall in the short corner, inside to Gradicky. She'll spin into the paint, up off the glass and good.
And that little hooker that she has there is really nice.
They want to pound it inside if they can. 28-23. And Smith dribbles it off her knee and stolen by Silex. The other way comes Ellis. She'll go and travel. I checked out, it was Tori Mudd, and she's whistled for the travel.
Got excited seeing the basket so close, and Mudd is such a competitor that, man, she was just ready to take it straight to the hole.
Just got going a little bit too fast. Full court pressure by the Owls now. It's all man to man. Yates throws it in, but it's swatted by Mooney out of bounds. They'll do it again.
Madeline Bruni going to return to the ball game now for Hammett.
Bruni with 4, Smith with 3 for the Owls, Hall with 3, and Taya Williams with 3. Nobody else in any kind of foul trouble at all for the Owls. Against the full court pressure, they get it into Smith.
Bruni.
Get it back to Smith.
They did that to me too.
To Yates, inside now to Talbert on the block, up off the glass, no good. And a rebound, and we've got a whistle. Mudd grabbed the rebound, and then she was held by Talbert.
It's only her second.
So the Owls will get it back, trailing by 5. Into the front court they come. To the corner to Hall, back to Mooney. She's open for 3, left wing. It's no good and bounces up and hits that tape or strap, if you will, on the backboard. And we've seen that a lot over here.
Yeah, we have.
Over the years.
Saw a lot of it the last 2 nights.
So the Hawks will get it back, 4:05 to play. Bruni in the backcourt, gets it to Parker, skips it ahead to Smith. Smith makes the catch, gives it back to Parker. Parker outside the arc, head the key to Yates, left wing now to Bruni. Down to 3:50 to play in the game, 28-23, Hawks on top. Bruni on the dribble, guarded by Mooney. Crosses it over, gets into the paint, drops it down low to Talbot. Oh, she was wide open, lost the handle, and we're going to have a
turnover.
Well, they're going to say that Talbot touched it and she was out of bounds, is what they're going to say. So the 5th turnover of the half will give it back to the Owls. That's 17 in the game for the Lady Hawks. Back come the Owls. Mudd, as they whip it around the horn now, 2-3 zone by the Hawks. Mudd open for 3. Now she'll shoot it off the glass and good.
Bank is open.
Woo, from the wing. Looked like she planned it. Betting she didn't. And it's 28-26.
We should mention, again, Clopton beat Silex by 1 in the Clopton tournament. Silex beat Clopton at home by 2. So these two teams play very close.
But they do. Smith goes into the paint. Her shot's blocked by Gradicky, but she'll be whistled for the foul. And that'll be 3 on Sarah. And back to the free throw line. We'll go Brea Smith. She will get 2. That's a 17 foul on the Owls, so the Hawks will shoot free throws from here on out. Hawks may want to pick up a foul or 2. The first free throw is good, just in the event they need to foul late in this game and put them on the line. There are 4 team fouls, leave them 3 short. Guess if you stretch your lead, you don't have to worry about it, right?
That's right.
Second free throw rolls in. Crawls over the side of the rim after it hit the backboard, and the lead's back to 4 at 30-26. Down to 3 minutes to play in this ball game. Thurman, right wing to Mudd. Mudd drives right baseline, and she traveled. Turnover number 9 of the second half. And wait for it, 27 in the game on the Owls.
Wow.
Isom will come in. Mudd will take a seat. Hall goes over and gets some instruction from Robert James. And they're going to pressure pressure in the backcourt. They get it inbounds. Back to Yates now. Guarded by Hall. Nice move to get into the front court. Still has her dribble. Gives it off to Parker, guarded by Mooney, down to 2:45 to play. Parker right corner to Bruni, to Parker. They look into the post, nothing doing there, so she'll dribble it out and reset on a pick and roll now with Talbert to the right wing. Parker picks up the dribble, got Gradicke all over and throws it away.
I think Bruni kind of pulled her hands back thinking that Silex had touched it as it went out, and the official said nope.
To no avail, and a turnover gives it back to the Owls. 2:31 to play in this game.
The other game is in the books. We'll have to get you a complete final from there as we were paying attention to our game. So
Thurman on a pick and roll with Gradicke. Pulls up from 3. It rattles around, won't go, but the rebound to Hall. Her putback's up and good. Maddie Hall on the offensive glass. She's got 6 and the lead down to 2, 30-28. And Parker traveled as they threw it inbounds. Wanted to pass it. Defense moved in the way. So back-to-back turnovers for the Hawks gives the Owls a chance to tie it or take the lead with 2:09 to play in the game. 30-28 our score. Mooney pulls up from 3 again. Good. Check that. It was Thurman with the 3. She's got 8. Thurman with a high arcing 3. It's 31-30. Into the front court now. Talbert on the elbow and has it swatted from behind, but there's a whistle and a foul. Woo, not much of a foul there, was there?
No.
Who are they going to call that on? They're going to call it on Thurman, aren't they?
Yep, sure did. That's her third.
And Talbert will go to the line and shoot 1 and 1. She's got 8 so far tonight. She's a sophomore. Off the rim, no good, but Bruni with a nice offensive rebound. Gets out of trouble, gives it back to Talbot. She'll shoot 15, back in the rim, no good. Isom with the rebound for the Owls. Up the right sideline. She turns on the Jets, gets it to the rim and scores. Maddie Isom with the bucket. And the Owls lead by 3. And now a foul on Hall as she took a big swipe at Smith. And Smith will go to the free throw line. That'll be 4 on Hall. And Brea Smith will now get a 1 and 1 as that's the 9th team foul.
Winfield picks up the win over Bowling Green by the score of 38-35. So Winfield advances on to take on North Callaway.
So they had a nice close one there. And Smith to the line for the Hawks. First one's up and out, no good. Mooney with the rebound for the Owls. She'll look for some help, gets it to Gradicke, now to Thurman. Spins into the front court, splits the defense, and we've got a whistle and a foul.
So Parker's going to pick up the foul for the Clopton Lady Hawks as she reached in, tried to strip that basketball away. It's only the 5th team foul. So again, we mentioned before, Clopton saw some fouls to give.
That they do. 1:22 to play. Hall with it. She'll throw it in, 28-foot line, right in front of us. Gets it into Isom, back to Hall. Hall on the left wing gives it back to Mooney. Mooney guarded by Parker. Down to 110. On the dribble, she's going to have to get rid of it. Breaks the defense finally. And now a foul on Bruni.
And
that
she
may
will
be
have
her
a
fifth.
sit. Yep, she'll have to go have a seat.
That is team foul number 6.
So we'll see who Coach Street brings in for Bruni. Stacia Talbot will return.
She had just checked out for Hammett. Now she'll come back in for Bruni. 3-point lead for the Owls, 1:08 to play. They have it baseline in the near corner. Gets it inside to Gradicke. She's got some space up and scores. Sarah Gradicke with the bucket. And so consecutive points. 7 by the Owls, and it's 35-30, and Clopton wants a timeout. 58.4 to play in this game. Hawks have stretched their lead, or trail, I should say, by 5, 35-30. You're listening to the Bowling Green Invitational on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Penrod Real Estate, People's Savings Bank in Bowling Green, and Ann Lane Boutique.
Hi, this is Brock Mitchell, and I am a physical therapist with Advanced Physical Therapy in Bowling Green. At Advanced Physical Therapy, we treat everything from sports injuries to work rehabilitation, arthritis, and post-surgical rehabilitation. This includes spinal care, balance issues, and vestibular treatment. You have a choice when it comes to physical therapy, and we hope you choose Advanced Physical Therapy. Conveniently located across from Bowling Green High School on Business 61. Call us today to schedule your next physical therapy appointment at 573-324-6079.
The area's best coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Pike County Health Department, home health and hospice in all parts.
Well, the Owls on a nice little fourth quarter late game offensive spurt, Marianne, and they've stretched their lead back out to 5, which is their biggest lead of the night.
Well, and I had given them 2 extra points. How you like that? I had them up at 7. So
I can't say a word. We had that problem last night, as I mentioned a little earlier.
Get to hitting the button, I get too excited.
Out of the timeout, Hawks will have it in the backcourt. On the sideline right here below us. Hammett to throw it in. They've got to hustle. Under a minute to play now. Parker into the front court. Guarded by Isom. Hands it off to Smith. Smith to the right elbow, and she's whistled for the offensive foul.
And that's her fourth.
Got that free arm out. Little forearm shiver to make some space. And she's whistled for the offensive foul. So the Owls get it back. They get it into Thurman. Thurman stops, nearly has it stolen from behind. Now she'll get it to Mooney. Crosses the timeline now with 40 seconds. Hawks need to foul, don't they? Get it to Isom, and she'll be fouled by Smith, and that'll be her 5th.
Yep, that's probably not who Coach Street had in mind for fouling.
And we'll go to the free throw line now.
Riley Kuntz coming in.
Isom will get a 1-and-1. So some younger players, namely Skylar Parker, are going to have to step up at the guard position with the 2 starting guards fouled out in Bruni and Smith. Isom can make this thing tough, but she misses the first free throw. The rebound is deflected out of bounds as Kuntz got the rebound. Her outlet pass was knocked out of bounds by Thurman. And the Hawks will have it right next to the score table. 29 ticks to go. They trail by 5. And now the officials are going to get together and talk about something.
Yeah, I'm not real sure what the discussion is, but they're checking with the scores
they
table.
Could be ordering pizza since there's only 29 seconds to go in
There
this
could
game.
be telling Coach Kerry Bibb over there what they want so he can call it in.
I would guess.
Yeah, I mean, it has happened before.
Just going to go out on a limb here and say Kerry probably knows where the best place to order pizza is in Bowling Green.
He has been here forever.
He has.
A man at his age should definitely know.
So we don't have any idea what they're talking about over there. They haven't changed anything.
They put more time on the clock. 31.8 seconds.
There you go. So the Hawks get it in, get it to Parker. She goes to the glass, partially blocked by Gradicke. It's loose on the floor. And up out of the pile is Mooney. She'll get it off to Thurman. Thurman into the front court, and she's fouled by Yates. Just the second foul on Yates, but that'll send Thurman to the line. 19 fouls, so it'll be still a 1-and-1. 19 ticks to go. Are we going to have 2 upsets on the championship side of the bracket?
Very possibly.
On the girls' side, kind of looking that way. Still a 2-possession game, and the first free throw nearly pins between the heel and the backboard and then falls in. This one will probably do it for sure. She can make it a 3-possession game if she can make this bucket. 36-30 our score. Thurman wears number 1 on her jersey. Aims and fires, and it's money. That's probably going to do it. 37-30 with 18 seconds. Yates into the front court now. Gets it to Parker. Dribbles out of trouble. Backs off of Hall, gets it to Yates. She'll shoot the deep 3. It's an air ball. Kuntz with the rebound. Her putback won't go. She gets it again. Now she's going to be fouled on her second putback with 2.6 seconds to go in the game. And Kuntz will go to the line and shoot 2 shots.
So we're going to see some rematches. No, I don't know if Silex and Van Farf played yet, but Clopton and Elsberry played in that championship game at the Clopton Invitational Tournament. Plus, they have already faced each other this season.
Kuntz makes the first free throw. She'll get a second. The only thing to decide right now is the final score. 37-31. Silex on top. Kuntz with the second. It's good as well. It's a good free throw shooting by her. Mooney throws a baseball pass ahead to Thurman. She's just going to stop and be a good sport about it and hold the basketball, and that'll do it for the second championship semifinal. Your final score, the Silex Lady Owls 37, the Clopton Lady Hawks 32. Your postgame show's next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Great hair doesn't happen by chance. It happens by an appointment with PJ Salon. Make your appointment today and look your absolute best. PJ Salon in the Raintree Mall in Louisiana is your full-service salon, offering manicures, pedicures, tanning, and much more. Gift certificates for your someone special are always available, and walk-ins are welcome at PJ Salon. You may have 99 problems, but your hair doesn't have to be one of them. PJ Salon in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction, your high-quality 1-2 punch to knock out tough building projects. Bowling Green Ready Mix for all your concrete and concrete supplies, and the only plant locally owned and operated. And Kearns Construction for new homes, remodeling jobs, repair work, and even snow removal. Just call 573-324-3433 and let the friendly and knowledgeable staff at Bowling Green Ready Mix and Kearns Construction Company go to work for you.
If it's time to ride or time to work, it's time to visit Hayden's Motorsports Center in Frankfort. Time to ride with Honda and Polaris ATVs, side-by-sides, and motorcycles. Time to work with Steel and Husqvarna chainsaws, weed eaters, leaf blowers, and more. There isn't a friendlier or more knowledgeable staff than those at Hayden's. If you need help at work or at play, let Hayden's Motorsports Center be your one-stop shop for the most fun and hard-working power sports equipment in the area. They're always ready to help. Hayden's Motorsports Center, just off Highway 61 North in Frankfort.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Upset night on the girls' side of the bracket as both the number 1 and the number 2 seed go down in this championship semifinals. The latest victim, the Clopton Lady Hawks, as they fall to the number 3 seed Silex, 37-32. And Marianne, they split so far. Both games were at Clopton. You move it to a neutral court, and I guess maybe a neutral court's worth 4 or 5 points, huh?
I guess. And both teams, actually in both games, the second half was completely different than the first half. We saw a little, our second game was a lot more exciting as far as fast-paced. It was up and down. It wasn't pretty by any means, but both games seemed to really pick things up in the second half, and part of me wants to know, if you played the first half like you played the second half, how would it have turned out?
Well, let's run down the scoring, because we don't want to be here all night, do we?
No, we do not.
Let's take a look at the Hawks. They had one player in double figures. That was Skylar Parker with 10. 8 for Stacia Talbert and Brea Smith. 4 for Riley Kuntz, and 1 each for Shanna Yates and Madeline Bruni. The Hawks were 10 for 21 from the free throw line, and they turned it over 19 times. They led by 7 at one point in this game, but Silex was able to turn it around. For the victorious Owls, 10 for Rita Thurman. She was the only player in double figures for them. 9 for Sarah Gradicke. 6 for Maddie Hall. 5 for Abigail Mooney. 4 for Maddie Isom, and 3 for Tori Mudd. The Lady Owls only got to the free throw line 7 times. They were 3 for 7, and they turned it over 27 times, and they won. Can you believe it? But
that's crazy.
They outscored the Hawks 16-9 in the fourth quarter, and that was the difference in this basketball game. The Owls raised their record to 10-6 on the season, while the Hawks dropped to 10-8. So you're doing all kinds of updating on the internet. While you're doing that, I'll run down the scores for tonight, and then we'll come back after the final break and tell everybody about tomorrow night. In the earlier games, North Callaway defeated Louisiana 43-15, and as we mentioned, Van Fart upset the number 1 seed Elsberry 35-26. In the nightcap, Bowling Green, the host team, went down to Winfield 38-35, and as you just heard, Silex wins and goes on to the championship. So it'll be North Callaway Winfield at 4:30 for the consolation trophy. Elsberry and Clopton for the third place trophy at 6 o'clock, and at 7:30, Silex will face Van Far. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with our final segment and tell you about tomorrow night after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Remax Realty Shop Alicia Koenig, Sun Window Company, and Sparks Maintenance Contracting.
At Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair in Vandalia, they say it's better to prevent a breakdown than having to pay for one. Preventative maintenance is key, but if your machinery should break down, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair is there to serve you in the shop, on the farm, or roadside. See Craig's for semi-truck and trailer repair, oil changes, overhauls, and much more. Farm planting season to harvest season and beyond, Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair can help keep all your equipment and big rigs rolling. Call in or stop in today. Craig's Truck and Tractor Repair, Highway 54 east of Vandalia.
From our roots in St. Louis, Royal Banks of Missouri is branching out to continue serving you with our locations in St. Charles, Jerseyville, Granite City, and now in Hannibal, Center, and New London. Royal Banks of Missouri, the community bank in your community.
CMC Distributing in Louisiana is the place to turn for steel, culverts, industrial supplies, and central welding supplies. In addition, CMC Distributing offers trailer parts, truck accessories, truck beds, and trailer repairs. At CMC Distributing, they always go the extra mile while working hard to make sure you're satisfied. They do it that way for a simple reason. They appreciate your business. CMC Distributing, Highway 54, west of Louisiana.
Area High School Sports is on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Memorial Hospital and Cellular and Satellite Center.
Well, another good night of basketball here at the Bowling Green Invitational, the 97th version of that, closing in on 100, Marianne.
Well, they are.
You going to make it to 100?
I sure hope we do, Jim. I can't promise it, and my mouth tends to get me in trouble a lot.
So let's tell you about tomorrow night, and then we'll tell you who we're broadcasting and when. Silex will face Bowling Green in the consolation semifinal in the middle school gym. That's at 7. At 5:30, Van Far square off against Clopton. That will be on video only. The Silex Bowling Green game, we'll have that on radio and video. On the championship side of the bracket, Winfield will take on North Callaway at 7. That will be on video only. And Elsberry and Louisiana will square off for the third time this year at 5:30 in the other semifinal. Those were two close games.
Yes,
overtime in the Clopton tournament, and Elsberry won by 2 down at Elsberry a couple of weeks ago. And remember, we had 2 overtime games last night. So I think you can expect to see some close games and some good basketball on boys semifinal night tomorrow.
That's right.
Your final thoughts?
Well, you know what? We said it from the beginning. Any one of the top 4 teams here at the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament could take the championship title. So some upsets aren't that shocking. We've seen everybody kind of play each other and win and lose. And all in all, you know what? That's what makes this tournament great. You just get to enjoy some good basketball. It's local teams, and it's exciting.
For Marianne, Mark, and Ethan. Ethan's over here. Mark's home taking a nap. And for Brennan, was he back on the board tonight?
He was on the board making sure that everything ran smoothly.
Thank him for that as well. This is Jim Ross saying we'll see you tomorrow night from the 97th Annual Bowling Green Invitational.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio. From the